Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Mr. and Mrs. E.
Launch sequence activated. Prepare for light speed.
Keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best grand E, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Auntie, is that you? Yes. Bring in the crime dogs. It's time.
Unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mr. E Crimecast. I am Mr. E. I'm joined by Mrs. E, and back we have our guest, Aunt E. How are you, Auntie? Good to
I'm
have you back
back.
with us.
Yes.
Everyone missed you when you were gone on Friday. So, you are missed when you are not here for sure.
Aw, thanks.
What'd you do today?
Today, what did I do today? Actually, not a whole lot of anything. My son came over and we went to lunch.
No, that's good.
And he picked up my old computer and erased it so he could use it. He's working on a screenplay.
Oh,
So
is it?
he's been working on it for a while, and he's wanting a laptop. He wanted a laptop that he could go and convert all of his files over to one place.
Is he just now starting, or has he been in it for a while?
No, he's been working on it a while. It's really interesting.
Yeah, he's a good writer.
Oh, he is a good writer, and
Yeah.
he hopes to be able to pitch it in the coming year or so.
Yeah, the story I read of his a few years ago, it was very impressive. You never know with people if they can write or not. Actually,
Yeah,
you
he's
never know.
actually great.
Yeah,
He's
really
a great
great.
writer.
So,
Yeah.
so that'll be. I'll have to talk to you. I don't want to talk about plot and that kind of thing here, but yeah, I'd like to kind of hear what he's into. But
Oh yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm sure he'd love to tell you
I
about
was
it.
gonna
Yeah.
say you could just call him.
Well, we'll probably see him
Yeah.
probably soon too. Well, good to see everybody here. We have Perfectly Imperfect Boy Mom, Shauna Butterfly Kisses, Dreaming of Blue Skies, Sue Anna. Let me scroll up here a bit. Hobo Mom, Whispering Winds, Lolo -1X, L Kennedy. Good to see everybody here. So we appreciate you, Wowzer Wow Wow. Let's see if I'm missing anybody else. Rosebud and Deanna. So I appreciate everybody being here. We are happy to be back. Like we were saying yesterday, doing the our weekly update. That we're kind of feast or famine when we do live streams. It's like we'll go 2 weeks with nothing and then 3 in a row.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
kind of
right.
how we do a lot of times.
I'm supposed to be getting the trivia. I started it today, and it proved a little harder than I thought. So
Tomorrow never comes.
yeah, I'm gonna try for tomorrow. I really am.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe one day we'll actually do it. But maybe
if we
maybe
do
tomorrow
the
we
members
could.
only trivia, the prize is going to be a $25 Cheesecake Factory gift card that Dreaming donated a year ago.
So people will be holding their breath waiting for that trivia.
Joanne,
maybe we'll actually do it. Maybe, I don't know.
hope you feel better. Joanne says she's joining us tonight and she has the flu.
Oh my goodness! I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Everybody wants to make sure you were okay at the doctor.
Yes, I have got, as I think I've told you before, I've got rheumatoid arthritis and my ankles are very bad. So I see a surgeon, orthopedic ankle surgeon, about every 3 months just to get updates on how bad they are. And it looks like I'm going to be getting an ankle replacement in probably April because I have a big trip in March. And so I may not be able to do real well on my trip, but hopefully I'll have some other modes of transportation and can work around it. So after I get back, I'll be kind of off my feet after I have surgery for like up to 6 months. So
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the comment.
yeah, tomorrow's another day.
Scarlet hair. We were just talking about the a week or two ago.
Yeah, we've made the kids watch Gone with the Wind. I think they are happy they watched it. I don't know.
Yeah. Now we're into Arrested Development. That's the new.
Wowzer, wow. Gifted 21 memberships. 20 memberships, not 21. 20 memberships.
I was going to say, that's quite a few.
Wow. Thank you, Wowzer. That is much appreciated. So thank you very much. That's very sweet of you to do.
And thanks for all the prayers, guys. I appreciate and cherish everyone.
What? There's a train going tonight. Sharon Marlowe gifted 5 memberships.
Gifted yesterday also. So thank you, Sharon. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Wowzer. And if you received a gifted membership from Wowzer or from Sharon Marlowe, please tell them thank you. That was very kind.
Very sweet of you all. Those are great and those are helpful. And people appreciate getting those too. So it's always nice to do.
I saw a comment earlier that I look tired. I am tired. I'm drinking coffee. I've just had a tired day. We had a busy day. We had Christmas parties and dances and all kinds of craziness yesterday. Yes. And so it takes me a little bit longer to recover than it used to. And I don't recover. It wasn't like with alcohol. I mean, like just being out and being social. I'm one of those people that if I'm out and I'm social, I've got to come back in like a butterfly into my cocoon and
recover
and just recharge my batteries. So, and I needed that today.
Well, I just to kind of give everyone an idea what we are planning tonight. This is the Rebecca Park story. This is one we've been very interested in. We've talked about it a little bit on our weekly update. Mrs. E, you got something there?
Oh, I just want to say hi to Bliss. She's the sweetest.
Hello, Bliss. Good to see you in. Many of you may be familiar with the Rebecca Park disappearance. If you're not, this is hopefully a great place to just learn about this story. What our plan is.
It is a sad story.
It is an incredibly sad story.
I appreciate that, mean people. You look beautiful though. I'm who mentioned tired. That's okay. It's not a big deal. I often look tired because I have natural dark circles anyway. So no worries.
Yeah, it's kind of your baseline. Right. Is that what you're saying?
That's my baseline.
That's your baseline. Yeah. And when you're concentrating, you kind of get that look on your face too.
I do. And I'm trying to read chat too without my glasses because I didn't think all glasses on. So I try to do that and I kind of squint sometimes. And Baba Rose.
Yeah, she said she fell off a ladder.
Sorry.
That's okay. Oh my goodness. I hope that you're doing well. Is that a while ago or is that now?
I'm always so scared I'm going to do that. Fall off a ladder.
Well,
he won't put Christmas lights, guys. He just won't do it. He won't do it. Not above the bushes.
Yeah. Well, that's the way my husband is. He won't. We used to put him on the roof in our old house, and he's like, he said it just terrifies me. I'm afraid I'm going to fall. Christmas vacation straight from the roof and down, into the bushes, and he won't do it anymore.
At one point, I had an idea of us having a Christmas light business in the winter.
Yeah,
and he was very hesitant. He goes along with my ideas. Let me just tell you, but he was very hesitant. He's like, "Well, we could hire people to do that."
Yes, if we could organize and sell.
Yes,
and book it and handle all that part of it, and then have other people actually hang the lights. Because I'm really not interested in climbing on roofs.
No, he doesn't. He'll do it if he has to, but he doesn't like doing it.
Yeah, and ours are really steep.
We have really high roof. Yeah,
and
then Lola says she's the same way. She spent the day with her grandkids yesterday and said she's worn out. No, it's one of those things I kind of have to be quiet the whole next day to try to recharge my batteries so that I can be out there again. Yeah. So it's hard for me 2 days in a row to be talking. So.
Yeah. Funny comment there, Auntie.
I just heard it's hard for me to be out 2 days in a row talking.
Well, I'm not you. Now you can be on. You're on all the time, all day, every day. You've got a lot of energy, and you know how I am.
It sucks the life out of me with my ankles. It really does.
Yeah. But I'm sorry to hear about the broken foot. So I'm sure that broken in 5 spots. I mean, that may take a while to heal. So that is awful. So sorry to hear that. So like I said, we're going to do the Rebecca Park story tonight, and it's almost going to be in 2 parts almost in the live stream is the way I'm thinking we're going to do it.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of go through, just introduce the entire case because it is a complicated case. There's a lot of people involved. We're going to kind of look at each person, how things transpired. There have been a lot of developments. If you don't know the story, there have been arrests already, but there's still a lot of questions around it. And some of the people involved have done a lot of interviews. Mm-hmm. So kind of in the second half of the stream, what I'd like to do is go into the interviews and look at, especially now that we know some truth,
right?
Kind of look at the deceptive tactics that people try to use. Mm-hmm. I thought of when I listened to some of these interviews over the last few days, I was reminded of many other cases that we've been covering. Oh. There's some real parallels. And so I kind of wanted to talk about those all together.
Did you want me to get your deception deck out?
I have my deception deck right here. Actually, I was kind of going through I went through the deck right before we came on, and I was pulling out the cards that we would relate to some of the deception I was seeing in the interview. So those are the cards that I anticipate
that's really funny.
That we'll be referencing there, which is about 20 or so out of the deck of 52. So it's there's so many lies that these people tell, that there may not be any truth in anything that they say. So it's going to be kind of complicated to see how this all plays out. But so let's we'll kind of get right into it here. I'm going to pull up her.
And thank you guys for joining us on a Saturday night.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of Saturday nights, do we?
Not usually.
All right. So.
Everybody had a good day, I hope.
So this is Rebecca Park here. She's 22 years old. She went missing on November 3rd, and she was 38 to 39 weeks pregnant. She lives up in Boone, Michigan. She had 2 children. She had 2 boys, 1 and 3 years old. All of these are 3 different fathers, from what I understand. And so that this is the person that was reported missing, last seen sometime around 11 something at night on November 3rd.
I'm sorry, how many children did you say?
2, unless you count the baby, the unborn child. So 3 if you count the pregnancy. So she had 2 boys, 3 and 1 years old, and then also the baby she was carrying. And I don't know if we know the sex of that or not. I haven't come across that.
I think it was another boy.
Oh, was it going to be another boy?
Yes.
Okay. So this is her missing flyer here. Boone Township, small little town. She's, of course, these are some of the details again. She was 22 years old, 140 pounds. And so this is one of the early kind of missing person flyers that was out there. Rebecca Park, a 22-year-old pregnant woman, was last seen on November 3rd, 2025, near Boone Township, Michigan. She was observed getting into a dark-colored vehicle near South 21 and a half road. Her cell phone was later discovered in the vicinity, and Wexford County Sheriff put out that statement. And so, of course, we ended up talking about this on our missing person segment that we do each week.
Was it a couple 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, and because we thought, it gets your attention when it's a mother pregnant with 38, 39 weeks to go. You're not thinking that someone in that condition is just running off without a really good reason. Sometimes people do just leave and start a new life. Maybe they're with an abusive husband or whatever. Those things happen where people want to get away from a bad situation. But being 38, 39 weeks pregnant, and then, of course, once you start to look at the people around her, the case looked suspiciously of foul play, really. And so that's kind of part of what got our attention. So at first we were thinking either she met foul play or she was leaving to start some kind of new life because of the chaos that surrounded her. And so lots of folks came, let's see, maybe I'll go into one of the news reports first.
It's kind of odd that on her missing persons flyer, they didn't put a picture of her with the tattoos that she had on her face. Mm-hmm. It's like if you had tattoos on your face and that's what you look like, it looks to me like they would have given the most accurate picture representation of her at that time. I thought that was odd.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know how old that one picture was. It didn't look like her in any of the other pictures.
There's a lot of them. She looks different. I mean, like you see 3 different pictures and it looks like 3 different people.
Yeah, it does.
That girl.
All right. So anyway, this is going to be one of the reports with friends talking about Rebecca here.
It's been my world for almost 10 years now, and now that she's not around, it's like I can't handle it.
The Wexford County Sheriff's Office giving more insight into their investigation of missing pregnant woman Rebecca Park as her close friends do everything they can to help find her. 22-year-old Rebecca Park, or Becca for short, disappeared shortly after being seen getting into an unidentified car with tinted windows. This all happened last week on Monday evening at her biological mom's house on 21 and a half road in Wexford County's Boone Township. 9 and 10's Jody Meeson is live at the Sheriff's Office with our continuing coverage on Becca's disappearance. Jody.
Close friends of Becca say that she's more than just a friend. She's family and has been for years. They say they haven't heard from her since the day she disappeared, and since then, they're desperately doing everything they can to try to locate her.
I have no idea what happened to her, but I just want her to come
There's now
home.
$12,000.
If she's out there and can come home, I want her to come home. And I want her to be found if she can't come home.
Paige Knopf says Becca is her best friend. Paige says she's known Becca for close to a decade, and they are so close, her 2-year-old son calls her aunt. Wexford County deputies say her cell phone was found on a 2-track near the home where she was picked up from in Boone Township.
Her nephew keeps asking for her, and I don't know what to tell him. He keeps grabbing my phone, and he keeps putting a phone to his head, and he says, "Aunt Beck, Beck." And then he'll hand it to me like, "Mom, call her."
Deputies now say they are...
That's pitiful, right?
It is pitiful.
And then that's the fiance over on the left that we'll talk about a little later.
I just want to, this is an interesting comment. I want to be sleuthing something. I tell people all the time, if I go missing, don't give them my hot pics. They'll never find me. And I think that's the idea, though. I think that there's a lot of filters on these. That's why she looks so different in each of these photos.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe that was the more accurate, other than the tattoo.
I can look, if I go on TikTok, I can look 20 years younger.
Yeah,
for sure.
Rosebud asked, have you heard the interview of the mom grandmother before this poor girl was found? You wouldn't think that she wasn't guilty of anything. How do these people roam the earth like that?
I'll tell you.
We're going to do some of those interviews.
We're going to talk about some of that, and some of the things said sound very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
especially to our audience.
Because one of the things it's not just talking about cases. We always want to do the ones too that we can learn from,
right?
And then apply to other cases.
Opal. Sorry.
So thank you, Opal Siska.
No, she's been a member for 6 months. Thank you, Opal.
Very good.
We appreciate you. Sorry.
That's okay.
I like saying Opal. I like that name.
Yeah, and then the person here, Paige, was one of the ones that was really advocating for her. So far, she's one of the few people that's not been arrested that knows Rebecca, but I'm not going to be shocked if there aren't more arrests somewhere down the road.
This story is crazy, and that's why I did a family tree sort of, just to kind of help us.
Yeah, we'll probably do that here in a minute too.
Analyzing her phone and phone records, they have also conducted several searches in the area on foot with the help of canines and with drones. Knopf says they're doing what they can to find Becca.
I have been posting on Facebook, driving around trying to find her, putting flyers up everywhere that will possibly let me. I've been texting, calling.
Pause, please. That is somebody that's actually trying to find someone.
Yes, I think that too.
That is somebody who is very upset and actually trying to find someone. And that's how most people act.
Yeah, I agree. That's been my read on her too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think so, Auntie?
Yes, I think she's probably the most authentic one of the ones I've seen so far. I mean, all the rest of them that I've seen have been the mother. I mean, and I had some doubts about the sister too. Actually, I wasn't sure how I felt about her, but I thought this girl was really sincere.
Kimmy, you mean?
Yes, Kimmy.
Yeah. We might get to Kimmy. I don't know if we'll have time to get to Kimmy tonight or not. There's a lot.
I didn't sleep at all. I maybe got an hour of sleep last night.
Knopf's mom, Jennifer Ronk, says she's known Becca since she was a teenager. She feels like Becca is a daughter to her, and it's been hard.
I've been a wreck. I've been trying so hard to stay together for Beck. And it's just like I'm falling apart even more now. The days are getting farther away.
Jennifer says another family friend saw her post and contacted her, wanting to help by offering up a cash reward for information that would lead to finding Becca.
It was the day after Becca come up missing. She started at 5,000 and then raised it to 7, and now it's at 10. And she said she'll keep going higher until somebody brings info to us.
So yeah, I think that reward eventually got up to 12,000. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that just to kind of give you an idea of the news that was going on. That happened a week after she disappeared. Mm-hmm. So that's where the media was at that point. It's a little more on Rebecca, just her background. So her mother did have her children taken away when Rebecca was 1 year old. and she ended up going to a foster mother, Stephanie Park,
Mhm.
and ended up adopting her eventually.
I think she also adopted a sister and brother. They all three went to the foster home. So there was 3 of them.
Yes, Kimmy. Kimmy also was, I think she's...
And we don't know about the brother, do we?
Haven't heard much about the brother. I don't know that he's been very involved in this.
I don't think so, but there was a brother as well.
And so they all were raised by Stephanie Park, who seems to, by all accounts, have been a great option for them and a great mother to them. But then sometime about 4 years ago, they wanted to connect with the biological family, which she had apparently been trying to keep them away from for what will be obvious reasons here shortly.
I didn't realize that, Donna. Donna says the adoptive mother also has her 2 little boys.
Yes, she does right now. I did read that.
And Kimmy's child as well.
Wow.
So this lady that stepped in and is the foster mother, eventually adopted mother, now with the one, we'll get to this in a bit, but Kimmy now being in legal trouble, getting arrested, and Rebecca, deceased. All these children, and now she's the grandmother that's going to be raising these little babies. And so I think there's actually a GoFundMe for those children out there.
There should be.
So I'm sure
people need a GoFundMe. That would be the one.
So, I mean, just, we talk about this sometimes with these kind of cases too, that it's not just one life being taken. It just destroys lives all around them. The siblings, all the people that got pulled into this conspiracy, the little babies that are now motherless, one, not alive, and the other likely looking at some significant prison time. It sends shockwaves through people's worlds like that. Want to just say thank you, Hobo Mom, for the gifted 5 memberships. Appreciate you doing that very much. And I think I agree. Nicole says, I'm just happy the stepmom got to keep the babies. Looks like when you look at the background of all these people involved, that the stepmom is the best option. And, one of the things we talked about the other day, because we did touch on this update earlier, was that, with the girls wanting to reconnect with their biological family and get to know their mom for whatever reason, even though they really weren't raised by this mother that had an addiction problem and all kinds of issues. They, even with their every advantage of having this great stepmom step in and raise them in good schools and everything, they still kind of fell into this kind of corrupt criminal narcotic world, that they got involved in. And so we were wondering, or we're talking about, it kind of makes you think of nature versus nurture. How much are we just kind of born with a predisposition to a certain kind of temptations and addictions and things like that, and such.
They were born into addiction, right? That's my understanding.
I would guess the mom in one of the interviews, she claims she hasn't used in 10 years. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
Looking at her is
more like 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe a different drug. I don't know, but so anyway, let's actually let's go to the mom. We'll do that next. Let me give me a moment to pull that up.
The first time I saw the mom interview, the very first mom interview, that's when I was just like, this isn't right. Something's not right here.
Because the mom is really the key to the story.
Mm-hmm. Are you just going to go person by person, or do you want the chart at some point? Hi, Nicey Marie.
I was going to do the
go ahead. I would do it however you want. I just want to be ready for when you're.
Sorry, I'm trying to grab it here off our file. I'm going to show the news clip of her first. I'm not going to do that long interview yet. We'll do that a little later, I think. I've just got to pull it up here. I need just a second.
Well, that's okay. I'll say hi to everybody. And yes. I want to remind everybody, if you did receive a membership from Hobo's mom, please tell her thank you. That was very kind and we appreciate it.
All right, here we go.
It's so nice to see everybody in here.
All right, so this will be because everything we knew originally about the disappearance of Becca came from the mother. And the mother's story, in a nutshell, was that the night before, Becca had late contractions, went to the hospital on November 2nd, wasn't ready to have the baby, was sent home. She spends that day with the fiance, Rich, who's
that's a whole other.
He's a disaster. According to him, they watch movies or whatever. Then they're supposed to, and then there's a lot of conflicting reasons why she was meeting mom. According to Rich, it's to have milkshakes out at Culver's. According to the mother, it might have to do with getting an inheritance of $2,000, or they were going to plan a baby shower, or I think there was another reason she gave. She kind of changes her story over and over. But anyway, so the mother, they're there for a few hours. She's also going to give her detergent for some reason.
Tide Pods.
With $2,000 in this inheritance. And at some point they go outside that evening, and Becca just says, I've got to go. And I'm getting in a car with this person with tinted windows, and they drive off. She has no idea who it is.
I want to show you something. You're going to appreciate this.
Okay.
Let me share something real quick. Okay. Share a screen. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on one second.
Okay.
I apologize.
Should I stop?
Should you stop? Yes. You should stop
Okay.
right there.
Okay. Stop at this point.
Yeah, because what I want to show you. Sorry, I should have had it ready. Because you haven't seen this.
Yeah, Whispering Wind says, I don't see any of them saving up $2,000 for anything but drugs.
Look at this. This was on her mom's page. I screenshotted it.
Okay. So Courtney, what is that?
I have no idea.
Oh, no. Where's that coming from?
That can't be.
All right.
So if you haven't been to Nordstrom yet, just kidding.
Man, they're getting really aggressive with that advertising. They just bomb your live streams. So this was on Courtney's Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay, so Courtney, who's the mother, Courtney Bartholomew, says, this car is like what my daughter Becca got into. If you know anyone that drives a car like this, message me.
But this was several days later.
Okay.
And that's the only post I could find about it.
Okay, well, that's interesting, because I think there is a point at which she says it's an SUV, because I think that story changes, right?
Yes, it does change.
Yeah.
I thought that you would find that interesting.
That is, I had not seen that. There's a lot to this, because these people have been very active on TikTok and various social media.
It's like Jerry Springer on steroids.
Yeah, and there gets to be a point where there's a lot of finger pointing, and these people, they're all crooks and addicts and dealers, and they don't like each other, and they've all slept with each other. I mean, it's just like Is
this time for the timeline?
Was it Jerry Springer? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, it's Jerry Springer on steroids.
It really is. It really is like that.
I mean, you've got, the sister's a boyfriend used to be, Rebecca's boyfriend, and I mean they're switching boyfriends, and it's just crazy.
So let me we'll try to get into this too when we do. We're going to show. I just kind of wanted to introduce one person at a time in a way, just because it is very complicated. So this is going to be the mother here, and kind of a portion of her story.
My world for almost 10 years now, and now that she's not around, it's like I can't handle it.
Oh, okay, I thought you were doing the same one because it's the same picture.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. It's just the same network. It's this. What is it called? 9 and 10 News.
Hobo Mom says yes, Aunt E. R. Maury, like Maury Povich.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
The Wexford County Sheriff's Office giving more insight into their investigation of missing pregnant woman Rebecca Park, as her close friends do everything they can to help find her. 22-year-old Rebecca Park, or Becca for short, disappeared shortly after being seen getting into an unidentified car with tinted windows. This all happened last week on Monday evening at her biological mom's house on 21.5 Road in Wexford County's Boone Township. 9 and 10's Jody Meeson is live at the Sheriff's Office with our continuing coverage on Becca's disappearance. Jody.
Close friends of Becca say that she's more than just a friend. She's family and has been for years. They say they haven't heard from her since the day she disappeared, and since then, they're desperately doing
Am I on the
everything
wrong
they
one?
can.
Yeah, this is the one we already heard.
Yeah, it might be on the wrong one.
Ooh,
Okay,
nice.
so where's the mother one?
I didn't know that. See, I'm not down with all the math stuff.
I
Okay.
saw people. Yes, that's why if you'll go to Dollar General and some of the places that people like that frequent, they had the Dollar Generals where I used to live. They would have these security bars that cover the pods, and it would go off when you lifted it up to get the Tide Pods or the any kind of pods out to buy them, so that they would hear the security. It's crazy. And sometimes they would be locked, and you'd have to get somebody from the store to let you in to get your.
I remember kids like. Am I crazy thinking that there was a time when kids were like eating them and stuff?
Probably.
There was something with them, but they had to start locking them up because they were being used for that.
I'm not very street. I don't know this stuff at all. I have no
Well,
idea.
I asked one day because I happened to be going to Dollar General on my way home from work, and it was the closest place for me to run in. I needed some, and I was like, "Why are these locked?" And that's what they told me.
That's crazy.
All right,
Sorry, y'all. I have to wear my pajama pants because Big E is home, and he does not like me to not be in my pajamas at night. So I don't know what's going on, but they're all messed up. So I gotta fix this. Okay, there.
So I'll tell you. So this is. Can we see Mom here? Is it showing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sadly, we can.
Mom here, Courtney. There's times. I'll tell you what she reminds me a little bit of is Candace Wells at times, because she kind of does this stuff where there are moments where she talks about these sweet motherly things. And I just don't buy that this woman has sweet motherly moments with Rebecca ever. I just don't, they're talking about planning the baby shower and stuff like that. And
yes, is she supposed to be 40 years old?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
What?
I mean, that's terrifying.
Oh, by FYI.
Yeah. I mean,
I took little E by this. I'm bothered by this. I took little E to get her a pedicure, and the fella asked me if it was just me and my granddaughter, and I was like, "Oh, I'm her mom. I had a career. I had a career before I had kids.
We had our kids later than many.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is."
But anyway, that just a little funny thing.
Yes.
But yeah, she's
40, no teeth.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 10 years ago, no way.
That's the math. That's the math.
Yeah. I mean, all these people, you can just see it all over them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't hide your skin, you just can tell. So anyway, this is Mom. This is a little bit of her version of the story.
Hold on one second, real quick. Hobo's asking how little E is today. He's actually having a good day.
Yeah.
The Christmas party we went to was some of his friends, so he was really enjoying that. They're acting wild.
They are acting wild. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Wow. I'm not looking for compliments. I just thought that was hysterical. It just kind of made me sad. But thank you. You're a sweetheart. But yeah, I forgot what we were. Oh, he's having a good day. He actually woke up without a headache, and that was kind of amazing.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He said, I said, "You're in a really good mood today. Is it because you got to see so many of your friends last night?" And he said, "No, for the first time in several days, I woke up without a headache. And so now I don't want to lay down again.
Well,
because
yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to get a headache."
More than a few days. It's been a month.
What I said to him is I said, well, it's probably because you were moving around so much yesterday and not kind of jamming yourself up, laying down all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
So,
I get you. I bet you anything. That's why.
I mean, I asked him if he was sore because he was moving around big time yesterday, up and down little tiny hills and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, sorry. But
that was probably
we digress.
That was
right.
probably the best thing for him yesterday.
Oh, I wish he could do it every day.
Well, I've had migrines, and someone
Mhm.
told me years ago, another person had migraines. They said, if when you have migraines, stand.
Oh,
It's the last thing in the world you want to do, but it works. It does help.
He gets migraines a
And
lot.
when I'd go lay down, they'd last forever. But if you can force yourself to stand, it actually helps because of the blood flow to the brain or something.
But
So
he
that
was
tip
in-
has been wonderful for me.
He was in a really good mood. I guess you missed it because you were prepping for the show.
Mhm.
But he was in a really, really good mood.
About that.
Just the fact that he didn't have a headache. He does have the pressure from the fluid, but he didn't have a headache.
Yeah. That's great. That's good. No, I didn't know that. Rosebud's saying, I think this whole getting into the car is a story. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm going to see if Little E will help us with the dogs. I'll be back.
I think a lot of what she said is fiction, and we're going to go into a longer interview that Steph's Case Files did a little later, and kind of go through the key stuff there. So let's play this short version. I just kind of want to give you an idea who the mom is.
She's like, Mom, hold up. I got somebody coming. I'm like, what do you mean you got somebody coming? And she's like, I got somebody coming to get me.
Courtney says soon a black car with tinted windows she's never seen before pulls up.
She got out of the car, turned around, opened the door back up. She's like, Mom, I'll be back. And she got in the car. They crept up by my truck real slow. And by the time they got to the front of my truck, they took off.
Courtney says she and Becca have a somewhat rocky relationship. Becca was in foster care in her youth, but she loves Becca and was looking forward to her grandson's birth. A $10,000 reward is being offered from a family friend for any information leading to her safe return.
The detective is coming out today, and we are going to go through all the tips that have come in, what he thinks he should chase down, and what he just thinks he should disregard. Because there is hundreds of tips coming in, but nothing that's solid.
Becca's younger half-sister, Kimberly Park, says they're close.
We talk at least 2 to 3 times a day.
So this is the half-sister we were talking about earlier who does end up getting arrested, not directly in connection with Rebecca's death, but withholding evidence and lying to authorities and that kind of thing.
If not more.
Kimberly says she doesn't know what to think. She says Becca has disappeared before, but she usually kept in contact with someone.
I honestly try not to think about what happened. I mean, she's disappeared before, but someone always knew where she was, and it was usually me hiding her out.
Knowing what we know now,
I know.
Oh,
So when you listen to that now that you know that Kimmy had some knowledge of what happened, you look back and you go, she was trying to plant the idea that, oh, well, sometimes Becca does this. Yeah, she's been known to run away. You know, they're trying, they try in a variety of ways to give explanations as to what happened to Becca.
oh my stars.
A lot of victim blaming.
Real quick, Mean People says that foot reflexology, your big toe is your head. Pull up a diagram. Everything in your foot is our body parts, organs, etc. Crystals build up, rub them out in your toe. So maybe that'll help you.
I did not know that.
Okay.
Yes. Setting up a narrative, Whispering Winds. That's what I think there. They tried to set up several narratives. They were really working social media for a few weeks there, talking to all these TikTokers, trying to get their stories. Fortunately for justice, they were not all on the same page because they contradict each other. They didn't have their stories straight at all, which we'll start to get into. You'll see some of that when we get into these interviews a little later.
I really hope Deception Detective does this.
He could. I mean, he could.
There's
He could do
a lot going on here.
He could do that whole first interview on Steph's case, which is what we're going to do.
Right.
Steph's Case Files.
Well, just her confidence and her demeanor is just.
Are you talking about Mom or Kimmy?
I was talking about Kimmy. I didn't get to see Mom because I was dealing with the dog.
Oh, so you haven't seen the mom at all? Oh, so it'll be new to you.
Well,
Seeing Courtney.
I brought you the case when I first heard her.
I just mean that interview. You didn't listen to it.
I
yet.
didn't get to
Okay,
listen
well,
to
that'll
it.
be fun. That'll be fun for you to hear it for the first time and get your
But
see what you
if
pick
you
up on.
remember, I was like, you've got to see this. There's something not right.
Oh,
here.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I mean, these people are. Well, let's actually do the your graph or your picture with all the people, And then,
and real quick, Hobo's talking about headaches as well. And she says, I'm blessed to be here. I went through what Middle E has for the ones who don't know. I don't know if you realize that.
when you first were acknowledging mean people there, I thought we had like a group of trolls come in or something. Like mean people. Well, I didn't see anybody come in.
No. But Hobo's been through the brain surgery stuff. So that's why she.
It sounds like Cheryl is in the Michigan area. She said she heard that Kimmy witnessed Rebecca getting hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat, allegedly.
Oh, my stars.
So she was there and knew exactly what happened. In my opinion, lots of rumors here in Michigan.
It is what it is. I thought the lady talking with no teeth is her biological mom. Right.
It was.
That just now?
Yeah, I didn't get to see it.
That was the biological mom.
That's bio mom, yes.
Yes. So that's Courtney.
Okay.
Largely the adoptive mom, I think, is staying kind of out of the media.
Right. That's Stephanie, and we really haven't seen her.
Yeah, she's not doing a lot of that. So can we do the family tree thing you made? Would that be okay?
Oh, sure.
I don't have it.
There you go. Let me make it bigger. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got it in my Canva. Hold on. There we go.
There's like a Sebastian. Oh no, that's the chat over there. Okay, so in the middle, of course, is Becca. The bottom left is Kimmy or Kimberly that we just saw briefly in that interview. So she's the half sister to Becca. Her mother is also Courtney, pictured above there. To the far left, that is the stepfather, Brad Bartholomew. And then to the top right in the blue, the little blue hat there is the biological father, Faye Strong.
Well,
and
Fabian is what,
or Fabiani.
But his legal name is Faye.
His legal name is Faye. Okay,
because
but he goes by Fabian.
when I looked up his legal stuff, it's Faye.
Well, no wonder he probably likes Fabian better.
Right.
Yeah, Faye. Right.
Faith doesn't sound like a masculine name, and he looks kind of like a masculine guy.
It's like the Boy Named Sue Johnny Cash song or something, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah. So then you've got her fiance, who's a piece of work, Richard Fowler there. Who at
when
one
I saw
time,
that mugshot, I was like, "What the heck?"
Well, it was one of those, you know how we do our poor judgment segment. I was like, man, that's a bad looking mugshot right there.
Mm-hmm.
But he's apparently been the boyfriend to Courtney.
Okay, so slow down so everybody understands how weird this is.
So Richard is 43, 44 years old or so, dating, of course, Becca and having the child with Becca, who's 22. But at some point, Richard had been dating Courtney, Becca's mother, which is just,
beyond gross,
remarkably
But
vile.
I thought also someone that they both dated that dated Kimmy.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody dated Kimmy. But they each of the girls dated someone.
Yeah, I
but
think
it wasn't
Richard
the
might have been with
fiance?
Kimmy
I
also.
believe it was Richard as well.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been able to confirm that, though.
He apparently in all these stories hits on everybody, and has been accused of worse than that.
I mean,
and then Joseph
like
is the
quite the ladies'
roommate
man.
to the right, the guy with the kind of hair in his face.
But
with the
also
glasses.
apparently Fabian was also living with them as well. It's very confusing.
So yes, and there's actually more people. How many of just in this graph? How many of these people are RSOs?
Okay, the roommate
Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's an RSO, registered S offender.
Okay, the bio father
Okay, so Faye is also an RSO.
Richard.
Yeah.
The boyfriend.
Richard is as well.
Fiance.
Okay.
The stepfather, Brad.
Okay, I thought one of the ladies was
her best friend's mother, but I don't know if that's.
Oh, so not pictured.
No, I
So
don't
all
know
four-
that they have any. I don't think they have anything to do with it.
Okay, so all
So
four.
I didn't want to.
Okay, I thought that was one of the people involved. So all four of the men involved.
All four
are
of the
RSOs.
men. The mother is not. I think that's where you were getting confused. It's
Okay.
the best friend's mom and dad. So, yeah, the best.
Oh, I
friend's,
see.
The best friend's mom and I think stepfather
Good night.
are all RSOs. And I confirmed all of them. But like I said, I don't think the best friend's mom and stepfather they're not involved. So there's no reason to put that.
Oh, wow. The foster adopted mom was on Channel 4 Detroit last night.
Oh.
So we might try to look for that interview. They also spoke to people in town and are doing a fundraiser for the children. It's a brief update.
Hey, back on track with Kat. You probably didn't miss that much.
Yeah.
We've been chatting it up a little bit.
So let's just kind of keep this up. We'll kind of go through the timeline of how this went a little bit. So we've got Becca getting to the car, this black, sometimes it's a sedan, sometimes it's an SUV. She leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney is kind of like just waiting for her to come back. And when she gets questioned about why don't you, call her, text her, oh, well, she'll get mad at me because she thinks I'm, I'll run her off, But then she, at sometime around 11, some odd at night, she's calling Richard multiple times. Can't reach Richard, who says he's asleep. And then, she never comes home. Nobody reports her missing. No, people don't really bother to call her or try to contact her on her phone through the night. She never says anything about when she's going to come back, why she's leaving. Afraid to text and call her. It just doesn't make any sense. If you're worried about her after an hour, 2, 3 hours, you'd call her.
Well,
and say, Becca, when are you coming back? I can't just sit out in the driveway all night waiting for you to come back with your mystery person, right? It just it doesn't make any sense.
And the fact that she was that far along in her pregnancy too, anything can happen.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're legitimately worried.
Well, and if she had already been to the hospital because she was having contractions and was checked, there, you don't need to be traveling too far.
So the mother's story just and we'll get into it, but it doesn't have any ring of truth at all. So sometime the next day, and their stories are so contradictory, it's hard to know what is exactly true. They claim at some point that Richard is trying to find her phone, and he locates it on Friend Finder or Find My Phone or whatever, to be very close to Courtney's home. And so they find it on this little 2-track dirt road very close to the house, just lying in the middle of this little dirt road. And then there becomes a lot of question of who had the phone, who gave it to who, when. Their stories all conflict on this. But weird, of course, to have found that cell phone just lying in the middle of a dirt road. Who would do that?
Right.
You don't just toss your phone. So very, very, very suspicious that way. Then searches are done, vigils are held. Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask about Kimmy. Isn't it Kimmy's debit card that they found as well?
Eventually.
Okay,
so
we're not there yet. Okay.
Yeah. So then. Oh, the date. Is it November 25th, I think?
Fun to Ski says she was only dilated 1 centimeter. So.
I think she was having like contractions on. That's why they went in. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Braxton Hicks or.
Yeah. So.
Because 1 centimeter is not much.
Mm-mm.
I think it was. I think it was November 20th. Yes, so it was November 25th that her body was found in Manistee National Forest in northern Michigan.
Which is not far from the house, correct?
Well, I don't know. So
I have the area she went missing in on a map ready for you whenever you're ready.
I've got a map here too, actually. So let me
I have the the address of where they were.
Oh, I just deleted it.
But I'm pretty sure the National Forest is
also
all around them.
Is that what it is? Because it.
Would you let me share it?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. There, see the red dot? That's where that's the last area she was spotted.
Okay, so that's the mother's home, somewhere near there.
I would say right here.
Right.
But I mean, look at that. That's got to be the National Forest, right?
Okay, so I'll
right.
Yeah. Well, I'll pull up what I have here.
Okay, I'll stop.
They actually had her vigil tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually had the vigil tonight.
So when I did like the map thing here,
mm-hmm.
So this is her home on the top left.
Mm-hmm.
and it would be a 20-minute drive here to get to.
Oh, okay. Where she was found?
To the Huron-Manistee National Forest. It says it's down in this area.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's one of those where it stretches out for, miles and miles around. I don't know. But this is what it would be, about a 17-minute drive that way, heading toward.
I thought it was closer to the house, but maybe I'm crazy.
But see, I think so. That's the way it was first reported, was that it was not that far from where the phone was found, but we don't know exactly what dirt road the phone was found on either.
Right.
So, because they never would release that exactly, at least not officially.
And they didn't want people on their property.
Right.
Remember.
And so the story was,
sounds like,
so they.
Oh, can I say?
So Rich was saying it was across the street from her house on a 2-track road. Well, was it? Because these people are all liars and whatever.
Right. And confident liars.
Yeah. So we don't really know. We don't really know.
Could I address something real quick? Fun to Ski says, I would have thought this would be a federal case and not a state case, in my opinion. I believe it's because the body was what we think was dumped in a certain area. It's my understanding that the act did not happen. It happened at what we believe is at least near the house or at the house. And that would not be on federal land. That's why.
Right. Where the crime occurred.
Right. Versus where
the body.
Right.
I've got a feeling that some of these details that we think we know are not quite accurate.
Oh, yeah. Because we're making that mistake that we make is we're listening to people.
Yeah. We're trying not to make that mistake.
That are trying to plant a narrative in our head about a situation, which we've made this mistake a few times.
Yes.
Because we want to believe that people are telling the truth and they're not.
So I was trying to see officially.
Daisy Duke, she gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you, Daisy Duke.
Nice to see you. And if you've received a gifted membership from Daisy, please tell her thank you.
I love her little meme there. It's so cute.
That is cute.
Yeah,
it's all Christmassy.
Mm-hmm.
Much appreciated. Thank you for that.
It was 82 where I live today. So
stop. I actually was asking Middle. I said, do you think that they would let us do your therapy down south?
That's an interesting point.
For the winter?
It is what it is. Says, I hope it's state. Federal prisons are much nicer and way more comfy than state prisons. So we want them all in state prisons.
Good point.
I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but that's a good point. And they're probably right. They got, I bet you're right. So where I think Manistee is the right location. I tried to find confirmation about exactly.
They were very vague.
Exactly how things happen. They're holding a lot back. We're hearing rumors like Kimmy being present when this occurred, but I can't confirm that. I don't see that anywhere yet. Maybe that's true. Maybe she was there. I don't know, but I can't confirm it.
Nicole, I felt the same way. When the first interview that I heard, I was just like, that's really odd. And then the more she talked, the more I didn't believe her. So,
yeah. So then, so they find the body and they're pretty tight-lipped on a lot of that. And then Kimmy and the fiance are arrested on somewhat unrelated charges.
Mm-hmm.
Rich,
very.
Yeah, I mean, he's.
That's what I'm saying. That if this wasn't such a sad situation, his mugshot alone is poor judgment.
Yeah, right. Poor judgment and having a baby with this guy, marrying this guy, being around him at all.
It's just sad, though.
You can just see
it's a series of mistakes.
All the women that talk about him talk about how he's just inappropriate, just had one thing on his mind all the time, and just a dirt bag.
I have to say something real quick. Wanna be sleuthing something said something that made me giggle. She says, I'm going to go hug my daughter. I might bring her grilled cheese along with a hug so she doesn't hiss at me for entering her lair. That just made me laugh.
That is funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, Donna? Knowing your fiance had the S with your mother and sister. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Ick.
Did I make the picture disappear?
You did.
I did. So that was Richard.
You made us bigger.
I mean, so they're being charged with things like, hindering an investigation, and he's got his narcotics charges, and he's looking at life in prison just for that, because you can only
pull him back up.
Yeah,
I accidentally deleted the
his charges were
use your history.
2 counts of delivery, manufacturing of meth, and habitual offender notice. He was also held separately from the homicide, probe, but I don't think they think at this point he was connected to that.
Yes, you could. It is what it is. Says that you could hang the picture up as a Halloween decoration. I would be scared from it. Yeah, it's like I said, if it wasn't such a sad situation, I would nominate him for our poor judgment segment for sure.
So they arrested them within a day of finding the body.
They must have been pretty haphazard.
Because and it looks maybe
okay. Sorry, this is what I heard too, Cheryl. Very dense, deep woods that goes on for miles. She was found closer to home.
Right. That's
allegedly her biological father and the searchers. They are saying there were visible drag marks. Yes, I knew that too.
That's what we were hearing, but that seems to contradict the whole thing about him being found in the forest. I think this is true. I think what Cheryl just posted I think that's the truth. And I think this confusion about the state park is not what happened. I think her body was moved, and that's where the confusion's coming in.
Yes.
I think she was killed in the state park. Maybe there were some evidence of her there, blood and things of that nature, or parts. I think her body ultimately was moved and dropped here later.
Maybe. I'm not sure, because I've heard some other things that you may not have heard.
Yeah, I mean, this is a confusing case.
Marlo.
Sharon, well, you skipped Donna.
Sharon says that kind of gives new meaning to birds of a feather. Yikes. I know, right?
Thank you, Sharon.
And thank you, Whispering Winds, Donna.
If you received a gift of membership from Whispering Winds, Donna, please tell her thank you. And thank you so much, Donna. That's very kind of you. And Sharon Marlowe, that was very kind of you too. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, how do these people all find each other,
Y'all, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old, but the world just seems to get weirder and weirder and weirder.
I thought this was funny. Wannabe Sluicing something said, my kids know I'm following a rough case when I bring them junk food they didn't ask for and hug them for a bit too long.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
I get it.
The darkness gets to me. It does. It really does. I thought about doing just a whole channel of positivity, just so to counterbalance it.
Yeah. Well, it's
but
part of
nobody wants to listen to me. You're the talent. So, and Daisy Duke became a member. Thank you, Daisy Duke. Or you probably renewed. You were already a member. But thank you either way. Awesome. We're happy to have you. And we are going to do trivia. I'm 99.8% sure we're doing it tomorrow.
Sorry. I didn't mean to yawn. I'm not really that tired.
You look really pretty in that red. I keep meaning to tell you. And you've got a tan.
It was my Christmas shirt from the farm that we went and picked strawberries at last weekend. We have strawberries fresh right now.
I was going to say
farms.
It looks like you have been out in the sun.
No.
Well,
I haven't actually, but we picked last Saturday. I guess it was Wednesday. Last Wednesday's when the farm opened for a new crop of strawberries. So we picked 7 pounds of fresh strawberries last week.
When you slice into them, are they red in the middle or white? Because that was something I've been seeing lately, that they're not supposed to be white in the middle at all.
Some of them are redder than others. Some will have a white core, and sometimes I'll take the core kind of out of the middle. But we have a lot. These fresh ones that we pick right out of the farm, they're red. They're red almost to the middle.
That's what I want. Some red to the middle.
Oh, usually the redder they are, the sweeter they are too.
Granny's sending me oranges, not strawberries, I bet.
Yes.
Granny always sends us oranges.
But this is the first crop of winter strawberries that they've done at this farm we go to. And I actually sat in the rocking chair while my husband went and picked them. But I was there.
But you got to enjoy it.
I was there for moral support, and I got to sit in the rocking chair and shop at the little shop while he was picking.
I'm sure you had a great time, though.
Yeah, I did.
You have a good time everywhere you go. So
yeah, I did. It was great. I could have stayed all day, but he was ready to get his strawberries and get home. Let's see.
Could be that no one is teaching morals or values, no consequences for their actions.
I think that
their
that's
actions
part
in
of
our
it.
house.
But I think people have just gone bonkers off of, with all the movies and TV shows that have just gone, that it's like it's not reality anymore. It's like they constantly live in this state of perpetual insanity. And it's like they simulate these movies and horrible things that they
fantasy.
see and
It's
watch.
living in a fantasy.
It's living in a fantasy world that they bring to life in their own lives. And it's just, I think that's why it gets so crazy. It's horrible. I blame social media for everything.
Well, I blame the internet. The world was better. I'll just be honest. The world was better when we had to look things up in a World Book encyclopedia. It was just a better place.
Well, speaking of that, we're off tangent a little bit. That's what my son said about the screenplay he's writing. He actually is writing it in a time where before kids had cell phones. He said it's so much easier. He said when you add that, he said it makes everything so much more boring. He said because people didn't have, and it's now it's everybody has them stuck in their hands, their face, everywhere you go. And he said it just makes things so boring. He said you have to have the storyline that took place before all this, because that's when things had meaning. He said things are just so boring and just
it's easy.
Flat.
And I use it constantly. But the world was better when we were little. We had the Childcraft books, and we had the World Book Encyclopedia. We had the Harvard Classics. We had all these really great reference items in our home that we could look at. And I don't know, it was just a better time. I don't know. And your kids, though, let's see.
My kids had a great
cell phone until college, right? Or close to
No, they were I got them their first cell phone like when they I guess they were like maybe 8th grade, because that's when they started playing sports, and I would need to say, hey, just practice over. But they didn't use them for anything except to tell me where they were, or to tell me to come and get them, or whatever. It wasn't the way they're used now.
It wasn't the explosion of social media where kids prefer to just interact through their computers and phones,
right?
If they interact at all,
right? And they weren't allowed to have them at school, so they stayed at home until they got home from school.
Yeah,
and they only took them if they were going to practice. They didn't use them any other time.
Well, I told you when I was on that Alaskan cruise, I looked down from my balcony. I could see a lower deck, and I saw a group of kids sitting there on the deck. And at first glance, I was like, oh, that's cool. These teenagers have all made friends. And they were sitting in a circle, all looking at their phones. And we're surrounded by this beautiful Alaskan, we've got glaciers, and we've got mountains and waterfalls and wildlife.
Yeah.
And it's all right there. And they wouldn't raise their head to get
I think of that all the time.
And then also, I remember the first time, I remember Aunt E gave me a really hard time because she had a cell phone. She's always on the edge of technology. She's always there. And she gave me the hardest time about getting a cell phone. So I finally got one because I had to drive a lot with my work. And I remember her calling me, and she was like, you need to answer your phone or whatever. And I said, I don't like that people can find me and reach me all the time.
Right.
I'm not going to answer it all the time because I like having that distance.
Yes.
Well, and you think about when we were in high school and we would leave to go to a ball game, or we'd leave the house to go visit with our friends, or to go cruise around town or whatever. Our parents just took for granted that we would be back when we were supposed to be back. And I was always back when I was supposed to be back. You weren't, but I was.
I was back. Go ask your mother.
You were always back. 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late.
No.
Okay,
No.
We'll have a discussion about that off camera. But anyway,
she's too old to remember now.
But they didn't worry about where we were. And now with that technology, I worry about where my kids are now all the time.
Tell me about it. You guys, have I told you that story about when we were in the Grand Canyon and Granny called me and said, why haven't you left the campsite? Because we decided to relax, because we'd driven for several days to get to the Grand Canyon.
Why we weren't moving.
We just decided to enjoy our campsite and just hang out. There were elk all around us. Granny calls me. She says, why haven't you left the campsite? What's wrong?
He thought somebody was sick or something.
Yeah, I know. It was just really funny.
Do want to ask everybody to pray for Dandy Eldridge, who's saying she's
Dondi.
Please pray for me. Fixing to have a surgery Monday at 9 a.m. Internal bleeding.
Oh.
I don't know. Scared, kind of.
Oh my gosh! Of course,
All right,
everybody. Let's
absolutely.
pray for Dondi. We will
And-
pray.
and
I will add
people
you to
are
my prayer
wondering-
list tonight.
Yes, yes. And
Yes.
people wanted to know, am I in South Florida? I'm actually not in South Florida. I'm in like Central Florida, like more up in toward the middle,
More
or
up.
in the middle. So yeah, we just had great weather today, and it's like this. You know, we have basically 70s all winter, except for a few days it'll drop below.
Dreaming says, read the book, The Anxious Generation. It's a good book about the impact of social media on the current generation.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I just have so much philosophical problems with what we've done to kids and how we've exposed them to all this. But I do see young parents starting to realize that and saying, my kid's not getting a cell phone, and they're not putting the iPads in front of their kids the whole time they're at a restaurant. There are certain times that it's appropriate and you can do it for a few minutes, but I just think people are starting to become more aware that it's a problem.
I think Sharon's laughing at us bickering.
Yes.
That you guys, just so if you're new to the channel, you don't understand. This is how my sister and I communicate all the time. You can ask him.
It's their banter.
This is how we are.
Yes,
we love each other very much, but this is how we go. And it entertains him because he thinks it's hysterical.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Sharon says she's old enough to remember her parents telling her to be home when the street lights came on.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
Nicey Marie says in her high school they had payphones. Ours too.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure
It was a
did.
quarter right by the office. And it was the line at lunch when people had to use the phone.
One of my favorite things I've seen, like generation, like whatever, was a video of these two teenagers or guys in their early 20s or whatever, and they're giving a rotary phone, and they're like, you've got 2 minutes, you've got to make a phone call to this number.
That's magnificent.
And they're looking at this thing like, how do you, what do we do?
That's hilarious.
Could not figure it out. I had no idea how the thing worked.
I've told you this before. The first phone line we had when we were younger,
Mhm.
that I remember. Now she was older than I am, so she probably remembers it. But the first one I remember, we had a party line. So you had to wait.
I never did the party. We never had a party line.
You lived in a more metropolitan area. We lived
out in the country. And we
That's
had
right.
a country house, and I'd pick up the phone and there would be old ladies talking to each other. And 99.9% of the time it was old ladies. Because they would get it wasn't, you never hear a man on the phone. It was
and you
always
had to
old
wait.
ladies.
You had to wait till they were done to make your phone call.
And you would pick up, and and they would hear you pick up. You would know when somebody picked up, so they would just wait. Somebody on there?
Who's
and
there?
Then you hang up the phone, and you'd have to go back and keep checking and checking and checking. And I remember most of the time they would get off, but you get a few times you get these two ladies, and they would talk, and they didn't care if somebody picked up 20 times before they were ready to get off. It was funny.
But it was only out in the country because our grandmother, who spent 90% of her day on the phone, did not have a party line.
No, she was private line.
She was in the.
You paid more for a private line.
Well, she had the money to do that. So
yeah.
But
she also lived in town, and it seemed like the ones in town had more private lines than the people in the country.
Right.
Now, and granted, we were only about 10 minutes away at the most from her house. But we were more down a rural road, and she was more in town.
Hobo Mom says, I remember when the internet came out and it was dial up. And so if you're someone was using the phone line, you couldn't get online. I'll give you one further. To dial into the internet when I was young, you had to back when long distance was the thing, and you had to pay for a long distance. I had to call to a faraway city, and I got in really, really, really big trouble with a giant phone bill. Remember that, Auntie? I got in really big trouble.
It was a big phone.
It was
bill.
like $500 because I was on the Commodore 64 dial up. Long story, but anyway.
I don't know if
we'll get back to it. Let's get back to the show. We got off on party lines and rotary.
We did go through
but I think this it's indicative of, like, go back to the crime. It's all indicative of living in a fantasy world and the way things have gotten. And I totally blame technology for this. I blame technology. We had scary movies, and back in the 40s and 50s and 60s and in horror movies, but you didn't have this kind of bludgeoning. I mean, crimes like this were so few and far between. You never heard of stuff like this. And now it's like like every day. It's so common.
And I'll tell you what I'm seeing more and more of is moms.
Yeah, this is where this story gets super horrific that we haven't even gotten there actually, because Kimmy.
Good. Steph gave us permission.
Okay, that's good.
Thanks, Steph.
We can quit stalling.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
We like to ask for permission before we play other people's stuff. So.
I didn't think she wouldn't mind, but we haven't spoken with her before, so just wanted to make sure. But so thank you, Steph's case files. We'll make sure to mention you and put you in
of course,
her links and all that when we get to that part. But anyway, so Kimmy and Rich, they're in jail, and they've got these astronomical bonds to get out. It's like $750,000 for Kimmy and $1 million for Richard, which is really high considering the charges. Normally you that's just exceptionally high. So then December 1st, the mother gets arrested, and I'm going to pull up her mugshot here next. Well, the mother and the stepdad, and they are charged with, I think it's 8 different counts, all relating to the death of Becca. And
she is rough.
Yeah, they are in prison, have been since. Do you want to do their hearing? I'm going to play their.
When she gets all mad?
Yeah.
Oh, I like Crazy City Chicken. She said social media is bad, but families are broken and God has been removed. I agree.
That's a very good statement. That's true.
So this is a minute of her in front of the judge, and it'll also show all the charges that she got also.
The court does find, based on what's been presented to it today, the probable cause affidavit.
Yeah, pause for a second. The way she's holding her mouth. Right.
Yeah, you can tell.
Does she only have one leg?
She does say in an interview that she's an amputee, which will be a bit interesting part of all this later.
I think it was a partial TikTok of her standing and basically, I think, made a verbal faux pas about where they thought she could be.
I think you're spoiling. Are you spoiling?
I don't know. I don't know what you're about to say.
No.
Okay, but anyway, the reason I'm saying that, I won't say what she said, but I saw her standing up, and it looked like she had one leg that was missing, like from the knee down.
Wow.
Yeah, so she is an amputee. Well, I don't know why, but she does mention that in an interview later.
We knew someone years ago that was going to possibly have to go through that because of doing drugs between their toes.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
I'm just saying. That's
why. Yeah,
possibly.
if she was shooting up. Yeah, that way, because sometimes if they're doing
that causes the gangrene.
Yeah, you get that's at least that was his situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a possibility.
Right, neuro rug use. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. Yes, that's possible. But so that'll come into play later because obviously.
Oh, okay. Frilly says it was a car wreck.
Okay.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know. Or is it according to Becca or according to Courtney because you can't believe anything she says?
And Cheryl, Cheryl says my mom looked better than her at 80, and she only has one leg. Our mom looks better than this lady.
Yeah, and she's 83.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for sure.
The defendant is both a flight risk and a threat to the community. Therefore, she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No. This is.
So she kind of blows up there about not being.
Play that again.
I know. So I was reading later. It's because she's got a 14-year-old and she thinks she needs to be home to care for him.
Yeah, I bet she wasn't caring for him.
Yeah, maybe you should have thought about that before you did what you did.
That's fine based on what's been presented to it today. The probable cause affidavit I've read and various search warrants I've read. The defendant is both a flight risk and a threat to the community. Therefore, she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No. This is the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Courtney Marie Bartholomew. It is alleged in count number 1 that you committed the offense of homicide, murder in the first degree, premeditated. In count number 2, it is alleged that you committed the offense of homicide, felony murder. In count number 3, it is alleged that you committed the offense of torture. In count number 4, it is alleged that you committed the offense of conspiracy to commit torture with Bradley Bartholomew. In count number 5, it is alleged that you committed the offense of assault, pregnant individual, intentionally causing miscarriage or stillborn. In count number 6, it is alleged that you committed the offense of conspiracy to commit assault, pregnant individual, intentionally causing miscarriage, stillbirth. In count number 7, it is alleged that you committed the offense of unlawful imprisonment. In count number 8, it is alleged that you committed the offense of dead bodies removing without medical.
So there's all the
my stars.
charges. So obviously, homicide first degree. They are going to allege that this is premeditated and all planned. Felony murder, up to life in prison, torture, which we'll get into a little bit. But I mean, this is
harsh.
Fair warning. What they're alleging is horrible, about as awful as it gets. Conspiracy to commit torture, because they are going to allege that this was a planned event. With this,
all these people,
with the
can you imagine?
Count 5, assault intentionally causing the miscarriage, up to life in prison. So they are suggesting or alleging that this baby's gone. I have not heard anything yet where they've actually found the baby. So I don't know why they think this.
Maybe they have evidence.
I think they have evidence. I've seen a lot of information about that. I've seen a lot of information about it. One of the things I saw, and it that was rumored, that was all rumor stuff that was on the news station, put up a thing about it, and someone commented on that saying that it was taken out and put in a cooler and taken to the dump. And that was all rumor stuff that's been heard. Wow. But I think that they had enough evidence to make them, I think, assume that.
Do you want to know what I think? I think Kimmy talked big time. That's what I think happened. I think, like you always say, the first one to talk is the first one to walk.
Maybe.
I think.
Right. So
I think they got Kimmy. I think they broke her and got her to spill it.
Because what happens after
Whispering
this?
Winds Donna said yes, in court they state that.
Yeah, they state that the baby is
yes.
We just don't know why they came to that conclusion. We don't know was it a text? Did they find remains of some kind? Did they
don't have don't have the remains, but they may be able to test the blood that was found to know if there was too much of that. Maybe that type of blood. Maybe
because the baby would have probably different blood type, or maybe. Frilly says burn barrel. I heard that too.
I heard that as well.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
There's several little.
And UA is saying Kimmy's saying like a canary, and she's going to be back in jail because she already violated her bond conditions. Oh wow.
So I'm going to read some of what the prosecutor said, if that's okay here.
Sure.
So this is what the prosecutor alleges happened, and this is in the courtroom on December 3rd. So this is Joanna Carey. She's the Wexford County prosecutor. And according to this article, which I'm getting from Michigan Live, there were tears throughout the courtroom. A lot of the people in attendance were searchers.
Have you seen the video of it?
I've seen the video.
Yeah, I have too.
I can play the video instead if we want to play the video that's here, but I was just going to read this.
Kind of go over it.
I was going to read it because I kind of wanted to stop at certain points.
Okay.
So she says, this is a case of premeditated torture and murder, Carey said as she argued that Courtney and Bradley Bartholomew should remain in jail without bond. These two individuals created a plan, conducted research. So conducted research, I think what they're saying in this part is that they were researching how to perform a C-section removal of a baby. I think that's what she's getting at.
I don't think these people went to the library and checked books out.
Right.
I'm thinking Google. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's what she means. Mr. Bartholomew brought Rebecca to their home. So there was a lot of question about that early on. Did the fiance drop her off? Mm-hmm. Did she arrive there somehow? Did the mother? But apparently it was Bartholomew that brought her there. They forced her into another vehicle and took her into the woods where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out and ultimately caused her death and the death of the baby.
Mm-hmm.
They then left Rebecca in the woods. This is frankly evil personified. And so, and I had read somewhere else, they believe she might have even still been alive when they left her.
Oh my gosh.
I can't think of what article I picked that up from.
That's terrible.
I've also seen, and I can't confirm this either because I was trying to find it in her quotes, but that this whole thing may have taken anywhere from 2 to 5 hours to do, and that it was late at night, sometime after midnight. But I can't find. That's something I've seen out there. I just can't. I can't find it in her own words.
Oh wow.
So I've seen it reported. I just don't know if it's accurate or not.
That's crazy. Reasonable Dad had a really good comment.
Sure.
Can't imagine a mother planning to do away with their child no matter their age. Bad enough when someone hurts a child due to anxiety or anger in the moment. God save these children from evil. Amen. Absolutely. And I think Detroit came to visit. Hi, Detroit Rock City.
Oh, good to see you, Detroit. So I want to go back to something you were saying a minute ago, though. You were saying that
World Book.
Yeah, let's go back into the Commodore 64 talk or whatever.
We have we have access to World Book encyclopedias if we want to get them.
I'm sure we do.
Yes.
So I was saying what my initial thought is that they took her to that state park, did all of this there, and then eventually moved her body to this other site near the cell phone because they said it was, off that 2-track road or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying you're hearing things that contradict that theory. What is it you're hearing?
I heard that she was found closer to the house.
I heard that.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe we're just misunderstanding each other.
Yeah, I'm saying what I think happened. This could be wrong because there's some they're saying state park at times is where they found the body. They're also saying they found her off this 2-track road near the house.
That's what I heard.
So I think the truth is that the killing and the removal of the baby or the attempted removal of the baby.
Oh, somebody's going to bed.
Yes.
I'll have to take him up his medicine a little bit.
I think they did that in the state park and then moved the body to this other site where she was ultimately found because the people talking about the drag marks where it seemed like somebody was dragging her through the woods. And we didn't mention this earlier, but the big evidence was that Kimmy's bank card was found nearby. And maybe she dropped the bank card if she was the one moving the body.
Maybe
I
not.
don't believe that. To me, that seems like a setup. That just seems like a frame job to me that you're trying to. And
that's what I thought. That was my gut instinct. Now I don't know the circumstances of how it got there.
I don't know. But
that was my gut. I was like, oh, that's a little too convenient.
It is.
And Rosebud wants to know, and it's a great question, but why?
Well,
why?
We think it's the baby. So she was getting the IVF treatments.
Oh, and Daisy Duke gifted 5 more memberships. Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you, Daisy Duke.
You're so sweet. If you received a gift of membership from Daisy, please tell her thank you. That was so kind. Thank you.
UA Crimson Tide said that was planted and it was a PayPal card.
Oh, is it a PayPal card? I knew it was some type of
a PayPal card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I lean toward believing that was planted too. Let me go back. So she was trying. She had been trying to get pregnant for a long time. She was getting those IVF treatments. It wasn't working. She'd had several miscarriages. She says this actually in some of the interviews.
She doesn't look healthy. She doesn't look like she's taking her prenatal vitamins to try to.
Why this woman thinks she needs at this point in life needs a baby at all is just mind blowing.
I think I saw in chat earlier that people were saying that the 14-year-old wanted a sibling.
Okay. Well, and then there was some, and then and then we might do this if we get to Rich's interview later. He said that from the moment she got pregnant, that Courtney was jealous of the pregnancy that Becca,
right?
So that was an issue too. And who knows what all this role of her being with her ex-boyfriend and all this kind of, and another factor that we haven't talked about is Rich is the dealer. So they all get allegedly, they all get their stuff from Rich. So if he's their supplier for all of their drugs, then he's got a lot of leverage over them and power over them. So how does that all factor into everything too? If he's guy they're getting all their stuff from.
Dreaming was asking if this does the state they're in have capital punishment. Let's hope so. This is pure evil. And our friends that are familiar with Michigan are saying no DP in Michigan.
No.
So unfortunately.
Yeah, they on these charges here, they're just saying up to life in prison on all these as a possibility. So as complicated as all that sounds, does that all make sense where we're at right now?
I think so. Ask everybody in chat. I think everybody's following along pretty well.
Okay.
If we're confusing, I apologize.
If that doesn't all make sense, let me know. But so after they get charged, after this happens, I think it's the next day their bond drops down to like $5,000 or something, and they get out. So Rich and Kimmy are able to post bail and get out of jail, which led us to think that maybe they were trying to put the squeeze on those two, put them in a high pressure situation,
which is smart,
and get them to talking, saying, hey, maybe we can get that bond reduced or can put in a word or whatever.
Right.
I don't know, whatever they do. And then they get them out, because even if they're involved, the people you want to ultimately pay for this
are the ones responsible.
You want to get Brad and you want to get Courtney for this. I mean, you want to wrap up Rich and Kimmy, whatever they did also, but you definitely want to get these two. So you'll sacrifice a little bit with those low level conspirators to get the big players.
Right.
And we're glad they did that.
Absolutely.
Rich, by the way, he's looking at life in prison just because he's been arrested so many times for
because
they have
the so many strikes and you're out there.
And I think this is like his fourth or something. So Brad is in a similar situation. I can pull his. Yeah. So let me, so here's his, I can play his, but it's basically the same thing. But you'll see here at the bottom, he's got the same charges as Courtney, but he's also got this charge as his habitual fourth offender, all charges 5 years to life. So he's also in some big trouble. Like I said, these people are just what they are.
That's crazy.
So here's a little more. I'm just going to read from Joanna. This case involves a truly horrific homicide in which a young woman and her unborn child endured unimaginable suffering at the hands of the defendants. The brutality and disregard for human life displayed here are deeply troubling. While these remain allegations until proven in court, the evidence reflects an extraordinary level of callousness and violence. We look forward to presenting the full facts in court. They believe, so the article goes on to say that they, everybody's asking the motive, and the article says that they just believe that it was to get the baby. I think it's to keep the baby, is my belief theory, just based on the mother trying to have a child, all the miscarriages, the jealousy and everything else. It is possible.
Wasn't there a rumor they were wanting to move out of state and start a new life or something?
I think she says she was planning to move to Texas.
Yeah.
So
this is another thing I'm saying. Why go through all, like I said this the other day or yesterday, I feel like it was like a week ago, but I said, then just go, let her have her baby safely and then just take the baby and disappear instead of taking the life of two people.
I know.
I mean, if you're going to be that kind of terrible person, be a more creative, terrible person. Does that make sense?
Why did it have
less terrible?
Well,
that's
you know what I mean.
It's a less terrible person.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's it. I'm just saying two people's lives were taken.
Well, Rosebud says, but then they killed the baby. I don't think they meant to kill the baby. I think they tried to take it out, and they tried to follow the directions that they researched, and they botched everything up. I don't think it was intentional.
Right. Hi, Taipei. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Taipei. So, this is kind of where we kind of come. There's some certain things that come up over and over with crimes. Like you wonder why criminals do certain things,
right.
But ultimately criminals are stupid. And that's they're
they
foolish and they're dumb. And that's why they get in a lot of these situations.
Oh, that's a good point, Daisy. Why not 2 charges? Because Michigan has, I believe Michigan's rule is that the baby has to be out before it's considered a baby.
I don't know. That might be right about Michigan.
I'm pretty sure. But
there are states that
99% sure that's the case there, that they consider life at birth.
I mean, if you were wanting, I mean, if you were being even remotely logical and not just a complete monster, and your goal was to take the baby, why wouldn't you just
take the baby?
Why wouldn't you just offer to babysit? Somebody with 3 small children is going to at some point need a babysitter, and you offer to babysit while she goes out.
You'd be ready to go to Texas. That's my point. That's my whole point.
Why wouldn't you do? But we're also trying to make
Texas.
These people obviously aren't they're not too bright and they're not too logical. So therefore they don't have the rationalization to do that.
Yeah.
Susie B.
Yeah. I mean,
I've been told math destroys logic and reasoning in people. I think that you are right.
That's all,
That's a good point.
You were saying earlier that it's the internet, but in this situation, it's the
combo. Right.
It's the narcotics here, because it makes you
this is a freaking Lifetime movie, guys. This is do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. This feels like a script for a Lifetime movie.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, it's reality
terrible.
Is worse than any movie you could create.
Mm-hmm. It does. It makes me want to cry too, UTD. Me too.
And and to have people and to have conspirators get involved.
Justice Jane's here. Yay. Sorry.
To see Justice Jane. How do you even how do these people even find each other to agree to do such a ridiculous, monstrous, evil thing? It is beyond comprehension, really. I mean, it's just impossible you have to be a complete psychopath, actually.
Yeah, this might make Netflix. Hobo Moms, this might make Netflix. It probably will.
Hey, Dondi's going to go on to bed. And Dondi, I want you to know I will be praying for you tonight. And I hope that our friends here in chat will also put you in their prayers.
Absolutely.
I believe everything's going to be okay. And I hope you sleep well. And I hope everything goes well. Please let us know.
Yeah, when everything's good,
drop
us a note and let us know that everything was okay.
We'll pray for fast, good healing and no complications.
Yeah, hopefully it's something simple. Something easy.
Because one time he do you remember you threw up blood and we thought you were dying, and it turned out it was an ulcer.
Yeah.
So
that's scary though.
His was like The Shining. Apparently, I was doing a half marathon in Florida, and he didn't want me to. He didn't tell me. He called you. No, you called your brother.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Cheryl says, yes, they can enforce the death penalty if the crime was committed on federal land. I just double checked it. Well, that is interesting.
See, I'm not sure it was, because
I think it was taken there afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be right. Well, we'll find out more on that later, I suppose.
Oh, I know. Justice Jane said that when they sent her back when she thought she was in labor, they sent her back home, and if they'd kept her, it would have been a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Since I
terrible
just come up. Okay, so this is where she disappeared. Since I had it, I just figured I'd show it.
For those of you that are members, we are going to be doing a members only trivia very soon. I'm thinking tomorrow. It's going to be Christmas trivia, because that's more simple than true crime trivia to gather. So I will put it up on our members. I'll do a members post. And we're playing for a $25 Cheesecake Factory gift card that our sweet Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beach has donated a year ago. And we just have not, once Middle E, everything started happening with him, we just kind of got out of the habit, and we need to get back in that habit, spending more time with you guys. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, hon.
No, I'm good. I'm pulling up the interview. So I need a second anyhow that we're going to go through, because unless you... I needed just a second to pull this back up.
That's okay. We'll just talk to people in chat. Sharon says, cool. Donna says, awesome. And UA says, yes, she was dilated 1 centimeter. Hello, UA. Nice to see you.
Rosebud said, I think Chris McDonough is right. Somebody gave Seaton a seat in church. This stuff is like a horror movie.
Right.
It is like you can't even make it up to be as gruesome as real life. It's awful.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's one of the worst we've covered.
And we have a new member, Gina Kane, 1207. Welcome. It's nice to see you, and welcome to the Crime Dogs. Well, since we have a minute, I can play the Crime Dog song. Ty Baylux has been a member for 9 months. Woohoo! Member trivia and the ease of friends. I know I love trivia. So that's like one of our favorite things to do. And we were doing pretty well. We were trying to do them, pretty regularly, but when everything happened with Middle E, we just kind of got off track on everything. So we're going to try really hard to do one tomorrow, a short one tomorrow afternoon. And Daisy Duke gifted another membership. Daisy, that is so sweet of you. You are awesome. Thank you. If you received a gifted membership from Daisy, please tell her thank you.
And then the one and only 51 said, did you hear there's new updates on Summer Wells?
No.
So we'll have to check that out.
What, like today?
I don't know. That's she just put it up.
Josh, Mr. E reached out to Josh, and Josh said he would come over and tell us about Summer Wells and kind of because this is new to us. So not new, but you know what I mean. We weren't doing this stuff, and I haven't really watched the whole Chris McDonough video. I watched some of it when Josh played it the other night, but Josh is going to come on and tell us at some point.
And this is a good point too. The Frilly Farmhouse. I like that name. I told my friend, if you don't think the devil is alive in this country, just look at this case.
I'm telling you.
I finally found it. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm
Right. UA Crimson Tide. That's what I thought was weird about this case. This was wild how they all were so willing to get up and think they could fool us on TikTok. True crime people. True.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more cunning people than these guys.
Well, and then the more
we haven't even been here that long.
I know, and the more you follow this stuff and you listen to the interviews of people that are involved, that quicker and easier it is to spot the frauds. Just like the Harrows. I mean, it didn't take 10 seconds to figure out that they did it and they were lying.
Oh, it's Brown Eyed Girls. Well, thank you, Brown Eyed Girls. Y'all, it's hard for me to remember this stuff, but I know your names when you say it, but thank you so much. It's nice to see you. Let's see. Oh, I was going to play the Crime Dog song, wasn't I?
Okay. I think I'm finally ready here.
Well, now I'm ready to play the Crime Dog song.
You can.
Welcome to the dog town. Your crime dog now. Members only. Welcome to the dog town. Your crime dog now. Members only. Welcome to the pound. Members only. Bow wow 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 wow. Doo 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 doo.
I love that. I think we got some new memberships. We have Hobo's Mom gifted 10 memberships.
Oh,
if you got a membership from Hobo's Mom or Hobo Mom, please make sure you thank her. And then we also want to recognize Perfectly Imperfect Boys Mom, member for 6 months.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, some of these people may not have been on the live stream. You want to just give a quick rundown of our good news?
Yeah, if you didn't hear, our middle son, of course, you had that brain tumor removed at the end of September.
The second one.
We've been doing treatments and everything since. Yeah, when they came back. So we've been doing the treatments and everything since then, and hadn't had an MRI since just right after surgery. So the MRI we did on the 2nd of December was the first one we'd had since the surgery. So you just don't know. You just don't know what you're going to get, and it was drastically reduced from.
They said significantly.
Significant,
and they don't use language like that.
Yeah, the radiologists, they're pretty blunt, in their writings, and it was a long thing, but that was. Because there was a portion that they couldn't remove surgically. They got the main part, but there was this part that they couldn't get. So of course your worry is that that'll grow and all that. So what we're doing is trying to cut off blood flow to it and kill it and all of that. And it looked, we could even see, you don't know until you really get the official report back from them.
We could see it.
But you could see they do the comparison and, in the office there, and it was barely visible compared to what was there before. So that's what we really were hoping to hear. So it was a huge relief. Makes us feel like we might be on the right track with what we're doing. And
we appreciate your all's prayers so much. You have no idea. We believe in the power of prayer. And even if you don't believe in the power of prayer, just sending good vibes our way. We'll take anything. we'll take anything, and we appreciate it so much. You don't know how much it means to me.
I know a lot of you are praying for him daily, and invest your churches and everybody else. And so I'm
going to cry myself.
Really do appreciate it, because we feel
and just as Jane said, God is a healer, and I totally believe that.
Great physician.
So many people reach out to us and pray for middle E, and we just know that it's helped. We know it has, and
I know it has. I know it has. I know it has.
So that was about the best news we've had since this all started.
We got sidetracked and forgot to thank Boy Mom for being a member for 6 months.
Yes, thank you very much.
I did that already.
Well, I don't listen to you. I tune you out.
I know. Well, you better listen to this, because we need to thank Detective Mom. She just gifted money membership.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you,
okay,
Detective
now I have
Mom.
to play the thank you song. There's too many gifted members.
Yeah, do that. This is a good break anyway.
Yes.
So,
thank you so much, Detective Mom. If you received a membership from Detective Mom, please tell her thank you. That was very, very kind of you guys.
Awesome.
We feel so blessed. Crime Dog memberships are the best. Thank you, what a gift. What a gift. What a gift. Thank you. So generous. So kind. So wonderful. You make a heart shine. Thank you. We feel so blessed. Crime Dog memberships are the best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We feel so blessed. Crime Dog memberships are the best.
You can tell when I've had my nighttime coffee, because I'll start dancing to these songs in the background.
yeah. So the interview we've got here, courtesy of Steph's Case Files, who does great work.
She got them talking.
Yeah, she's a very good interviewer. I don't know how long she's been doing this, but she you can clearly tell she's done several interviews of this nature. She really knows how to kind of balance things. But she's got a little series of this, and this is her first interview posted on her YouTube page. I think she did a lot of TikTok lives, and that's kind of different. But anyway, so I'm not on TikTok nearly as much as I would be YouTube. So I think this was on TikTok, and she posted it on her YouTube. I'm not sure how that worked. But this is an interview that Steph's Case Files did with the mother, Courtney Bartholomew. And this is right around the time that the baby was due. So sometime around November 15th. So this is, about
I like her glasses.
a little less than a week. Yeah.
Oh, I need to put up her link.
Yes, if we could put her link.
Do that. Yes.
So we do recommend, please, sub up to Steph's Case File. She covers lots of different true crime, has a podcast, TikTok, and I think she was on News Nation. She mentions at some point in this. So she's doing great over there.
I don't know if I've got her link. Let me check real quick.
Okay.
You go on and play it. I'll look for it.
So this is we're not going to play the whole interview. So there's a lot in there. She's got a 5-part series of interviews on these at this point with Kimmy and different people. We're just going to kind of go into some places that I think are of particular interest. She really gets her into the timeline in this first series or this first video, which I think is particularly interesting. And you'll see, I've got my deception deck here handy.
All right.
When we see stuff, we're just going to pause and talk about it. But so anyway, this is Steph's Case Files with Courtney Bartholomew.
Are you in fear for your life?
We have had people stalking my house. My son's truck has been vandalized. It's just getting out of control.
Now that things are kind of crazy, will you go get SD cards for your cameras? Because we don't want something to happen to y'all and then we wouldn't know what happened. Do you think it's important to go make sure that your cameras are working now?
So just so you know, Rich, in a different interview I was listening to, when they asked about the cameras, he's like, oh yeah, she's got cameras inside and outside of her house, because there was some kind of she alleges that there was an essay assault from Rich on her in that home. And
and the plot thickens.
I know. I mean, there's these people.
Oh.
But that's in Rich's interview. He talks about this, and he says when the cops came to him to talk about it, he said, "Well, check her cameras because she's got cameras all over her house."
I've heard that before.
Yeah. So this lady who has cameras everywhere apparently did not have them working the night that this occurred.
Did we miss Rosebud? Rosebud's been a member for 10 months. We have been blessed with the presence of Rosebud for 10 months.
Well, thank you very much, Rosebud.
I didn't see it come up. I just saw
it didn't.
It didn't come up, Rosebud.
No, I didn't see it.
Hobo,
but thank
how
you for
did
that,
you see
Rosebud.
it?
I'll go
didn't
back.
see it.
Let me go back. No, I don't see it. It didn't show up on our start items.
No, it didn't. I don't know why.
That's strange. Well, at any rate.
And then, of course, also at the beginning of this, she's talking about the people stalking her and messing with the son's truck or whatever, and trying to be the victim.
Well, I don't know. You're not going to go into the reward stuff, are you? Because that's where it really. I was really like, when she's talking about how she wouldn't give the money for reward, she wants to give it to herself.
I think I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh goodness. All right.
I marked several things to listen to.
I'm gonna have to step away. I think they've got to go to the bathroom again.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Catch us on the replay.
I will. When they're anxious like
as soon as I get the money, and I have the most deadliest dog in the world. I have a cane corso. I'm not really worried about somebody trying to come in my house. And the cop told me today, if my dog kills them because they broke into my house, so be it. I'm not really worried about it.
We have 203,000 likes.
Okay, so skip ahead here a little bit to a different part. All right, so yeah, this is about the house being.
$16,000 left in that account. Would you stake that for the return for the reward?
Oh, this is actually the part Mrs. E wanted me to.
That I have seen several people bring up. If there was $18,000, and you and I spoke about this yesterday about the check, and we've established where the picture of the check come from and why, but there's $16,000 left in that account. Would you stake that for the return, for the reward money for the return of your daughter?
I'd rather hand it over to my daughter.
Isn't that interesting, Auntie?
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting.
You won't commit it, right? Knowing what we know now.
Well, yeah. I'd rather hand it to my daughter. Well, because you know that there could be someone that has to get that money because they find her.
I just think it's interesting. Yeah, and I'll let her finish her thought on this too.
Do you think that rewards or offering a reward will help in this case?
There's already a reward, but my daughter could use the money a lot more.
I just think that's so interesting that you would. It reminds me of other cases where people kind of want to downplay and disparage and discourage rewards, you know, when they're offered. They say, "Well, my daughter needs the money. We don't really need incentive for the public to come forward and solve the case." You know, that's kind of what she's in a roundabout way.
I mean, that one truly has nothing to do with the other.
No.
And she's trying to make it about, well, I'd rather my daughter have the money. Well, that is not what, that has nothing to do with this.
Right. That's not the question. Because you don't know if your daughter's coming back. Well, she knows she's not.
Well, right.
Allegedly. But I think it's interesting to look at these people, especially when we have the benefit of hindsight of looking at it and going, because these people are not that different,
Right.
They're really not.
When she comes back, she's going to need money. She's going to need to be able to get a place for her and the baby so that she can keep the baby, and she's going to need things. That's going to go to her. I don't care who likes it or not, but that's going to go to her.
when you took her to the hospital when she was having what I would consider Braxton Hicks, and you said that you had forgotten your wheelchair. When you got to the hospital and you called Brad to bring the wheelchair to you, do you think that it would have been easier just to ask to borrow a wheelchair from the hospital?
No, because I had cellulite on my butt, and that would have made it very uncomfortable for me. I have a very thick padding on my wheelchair, so that doesn't happen, and I can kind of avoid it happening.
All right, I'm gonna skip up here to this.
That people have said that you would like to set straight.
People are going to say what they're going to say no matter what you say. You can tell them the timeline. Everybody's, oh, I want the timeline. I have said the same thing from the get-go. I want my daughter found. I'm tired of hearing that, oh, well, she's not doing anything. Okay, I can't do anything, but you know what? I can answer a phone and I can message people and message the detective and all that. So I'm doing my part. And I just asked the lady today for a search party that did the search party. I just asked her today because I've got word that a place needs to be searched, but it has to be hush hush because we have new information and I can't say what that is.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar to me too. With the well, there's this information. I just can't share the information that I've been entrusted with. Yeah, and Lisa B always says, "Look how calmly Courtney talks about Rebecca being missing, knowing she is no longer alive by her own hands."
Rosebud.
I know, that's so funny. I mean, that doesn't even make sense about the chair. Either. She said Rosebud also said, what? That must be some pretty thick cellulite. The whole thing about needing her wheelchair from home because of the padding, because she had cellulite on her butt. That made no sense.
Yeah. And they've done a lot of interviews that I haven't heard yet. So they're referring to things I haven't listened to at this point. I don't even know if they're saved out there.
Rosebud's on fire.
Yep.
Yeah. New information. I can't tell anyone. Super secret stuff that the detectives trust me with.
Only me.
I can't tell. Oh, I just wish I could give you all the answers, the cameras don't work.
It's just, and
portraying herself as the victim. We're getting harassed and threatened.
On all that.
It's
we've got the most intelligent audience.
It's it's pattern recognition.
Right, but that's a sign of intelligence.
It is, yeah.
And I only say that because I'm really good at pattern recognition.
So I'm like I said, I don't want to play all of Steph's interview. I just because I do want you to go and check it out.
Saying there was no money for real.
That the inheritance money was made up, probably,
or possibly the reward money.
I mean, it is kind of hard to imagine a bunch of junkies just handing over $2,000 in cash, because that's how she claims it happened. That it was $100 bills, and if these people are they're not giving her $2,000. They're just,
Hi, Lisa, and Lisa says we've heard it all before.
Yeah,
yes, we have.
Like I said, this woman, Courtney, you got to take everything with a grain of salt out of this lady. I don't know if any of this is true that she says.
Right.
I mean, there's some parts later. Yeah. Reasonable Doubt says Ellie told us not to speak about the case.
Yeah, everybody's picking up on all the things we've heard. And Whispering Winds, Donna said that you like a broken record.
I know. I mean, it's like it was eerie listening to her a little bit. There are times she reminds me a bit of Candace Wells, and then there's times that she reminds me of Proudfoot, and other people.
And Hobo's mom says the way she sounds so sincere is just sick. I agree.
I know. She actually, just her tone and everything. It's like she's.
Lisa says, "Get the deception deck." He's got it, Lisa.
Yeah. And UA Crimson said, "No, the money didn't exist. It was just the ploy to get her to the house."
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so too.
I had not heard that. I didn't. That's a good point.
Well, I don't know. Do we know that, or we're just theorizing that?
I don't know.
I think theoretically that's likely.
I can't do anything right now. I've got a bunch of dogs on that.
All right, so I'm skipping ahead here a little bit. This is going to get into the whole pregnancy aspect.
And you've got plans to move to Texas at the same time. And you've got you taking IVF treatments. And so that's why the public has this notion that somehow you had plans to steal this baby and run off to Texas. What is your response to that?
Well, I mean, I think Steph may not have realized it at the time, but she was asking the right question here, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that she
did a good job.
Oh, I think she realizes what she's asking.
Yeah, but she does a very nice job of, not being a simp to her,
but not being accusatory.
And not being accusatory. She just says, "Hey, look, these are just the questions that are out there, and this is, I don't know what happened, but she does a nice job of balancing it without."
The Frilly farmhouse made a good point too. Letitia said, "When Gannon gets back, he'll tell everyone." Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're right, Crystal Pistol. She did say the prosecutor said she was lured, and so they basically lured her with the prospect of the money. So that's your key. Yeah. That's your key word there.
But Rich claims he doesn't know hadn't heard anything about the money. He said it was for milkshakes.
Yeah. Well,
that's what he said.
Some expensive milkshakes.
I know.
Lisa says #CP. When Sebastian comes back, the entire street will be lined with friends and family.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, there's just a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, Rosebud.
Oh, although I think that's what happened. Like, I think that's the motive. I think it's about getting the baby. I think that I don't know if I said this out loud or not, but I do think there's an outside other possibility that it was done to try to remove the baby to sell it.
That could be.
I think that's a possibility. Less likely. I think it's more likely that she wanted the baby for her own selfish reasons.
Well, and UA says we had someone come up in the family who isn't a drug addict and knew nothing about the inheritance. So that makes sense. That makes sense.
Lowest thing I've ever heard. And my son, he's 14. He's always wanted.
Okay, I want to play that one more time. So I want you to hear the question and then the answer that she gives, because she's asking the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got you taking IVF treatments. And so that's why the public has this notion that somehow you had plans to steal this baby and run off to Texas. What is your response to that?
That is about the lowest thing I've ever heard. And my son, he's 14. He's always wanted
makes me physically
a sibling. Always wanted a sibling. And I have put off having a baby. Well, I'm getting an age where if I'm going to have one, I'm going to have one. If not, then I'm not going to. I'm at that point right now.
All right. So there it was. I didn't hear a denial there at all.
No. Yeah, she's not answering the question.
She doesn't say no, does she?
No, not at all. She said that's the worst. That's the sickest thing she's ever heard.
Yeah. So
but she didn't deny it.
Right. And one of the things that Deception Detective and all of these people that do this analysis stuff will tell you is that people generally don't want to lie. They're uncomfortable, bald-faced lying. So they will kind of avoid answering direct, uncomfortable questions if possible. So she says it's the most vile thing I've ever heard. That is true. It is vile, and maybe the most vile thing she's ever been accused of. Doesn't mean it's not true.
Not anymore.
She's not denying it. It's a pretty direct question.
We watch a lot of Judge Judy, and there was a lady that kept saying, I want to say. That's how she was answering.
That's
questions.
This card. I want to say card.
Yes. And Hobo's mom wanted to remind you not to forget to talk about Sebastian's birthday tomorrow at Culver's, and we're going to do that right before we close out.
Yes, and we'll probably, I don't know if we're going to stream about Sebastian tomorrow or not. I'm not sure how we'll do that.
Having me stream 3 days in a row and new member trivia.
I know.
I'm just
But
kidding.
yes.
I'm teasing him.
Yeah, we will. We'll make sure we mentioned it yesterday, but we'll make sure to do that again tonight too. So I just want to play this one more time with her non-denial denial.
Mm-hmm.
Has this notion that somehow you had plans to steal this baby and run off to Texas. What is your response to that?
That is about the lowest thing I've ever heard. And my son, he's 14. He's always wanted a sibling. Always wanted a sibling.
Okay.
And I have put off having a baby. Well, I'm getting an age where if I'm going to have one, I'm going to have one. If not, then I'm not going to. I'm at that point.
In a weird way, it's sort of leakage. She's kind of saying where her head's at. You know, her head is there in that place.
But you know, her 14-year-old's always wanted a sibling. She had 3 other children that were taken in foster care. Why are those not his siblings?
Right. It's disassociation.
Right. Why are those people not his siblings? Why does he not have a relationship with those 3 other people? I mean, you know, if at least the 2 girls are back in their lives and have a relationship with the mom, then why wouldn't they have a relationship with their brother? Makes no sense.
It's incredible.
Right now. So having a baby is for my 14-year-old. He wants a sibling. He's been wanting one, and if I can do that before I get to that age, then we're going to try. And my husband wants one between us.
How, and then we're just gathering information. How many children do you have, Rebecca, and then the 14-year-old? Do you have any others?
I have my oldest son, which is 25. I have Rebecca, which is 22. I have Kimberly, that is 21. I have Bentley, that is 20. That is 14. Might as well keep going on with the 20s.
I mean, everything's so funny, right? Your daughter's missing. Obviously, we know at this point that it's the, you know, the laughter is ridiculous too. I'm going to skip ahead here to another section. This is where she starts to, a lot of what she does in these interviews is frame and blame other people. So here she goes throwing Richard under the bus.
It's vice versa. Depends. I've only left maybe twice since my daughter's been missing. Rich is running around with his baby mama, Ashley. And he's running around with Paige. And he's running around with Mr. Mercer. And he's running around with this person. He's not sitting home waiting for her to come back. And I wonder why. With the information that I have, I know why he's not.
I mean, that's a statement, right? With the information I have, I know why he's not.
Wow.
So, I mean, she's clearly in not a subtle way at all trying to put it on Richard. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She was arrested for tampering with evidence and other charges. I think like 3 total charges.
Wow.
Falsifying to information and things of that nature. So what they're going to accuse Kimmy of later is deleting the text messages and phone calls from the phone. That's what mom is going to do to Kimmy at some point.
Interesting.
Yeah, Richard is a floozy.
So you have information that Rich, I'm going to say, may or may not be involved, but there are some new information in regards to that.
I can't say that. That's not what I said.
I can't say that.
He's a drug addict. He's going to be running out looking for drugs. Plain and simple.
Right. And I'm just trying to get the facts.
Okay, so I'm going to go to another section here. I had this marked, but I don't know why, so I'm just going to play it.
The detective has told us not to comment on Facebook, not to be going on these shows. Just to let everybody think what they're going to think and just leave it alone. Because everybody is not listening. No matter how many times you tell them.
Everybody's got their
That
own
was for me.
opinions, and they are just
One more time on that. So
wow.
here she
the
is.
detective has
So here she is saying the detective has told her not to go out and advocate or ask people to look for her child, stay off of social media and the news and everything else,
Oh,
right? That's what the
this is
detective
eerily
told her to do.
similar.
I mean, that's clearly.
told us not to comment on Facebook, not to be going on these shows, just to let everybody think what they're going to think and just leave it alone, because everybody is not listening. No matter how many times you tell them, everybody's got their own opinion, and they are just, it's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. So me and my daughter, my son, my husband, and a few other people have taken ourselves from social media. We're not commenting on anything. We're not really answering questions because the detective says it's just more fuel. The more
So there's another part in there too. She's also she's talking about how it doesn't do any good and people don't listen and their opinions, which has nothing to do with getting awareness out about
No.
Rebecca. When she says it's not doing any good, she means it's not doing any good helping people not suspect her.
Right.
She's frustrated with that. Not that she might be reaching more people that don't know about Rebecca's story and might see her out there or have seen something that, you know, we have the benefit of hindsight now to know that she's, at least the state believes she's guilty of her daughter's death.
Right.
We can look at what she was trying to do here.
Yeah.
We don't have to wonder, really. We know that that she's sitting here playing a little game, and a game we've seen before.
Yeah. Look at the screen.
Oh, sorry, I can't see the stream.
Sharon Marlowe says, "Holy moly!" Sounds like word for word from CP.
I mean, it really does. It's almost identical.
Well, in a roundabout way, yes.
That one in particular, that part was very similar to things he said.
Y'all.
Well, and the fact that she says he wants us off social media, he wants us off of and then she's on a TikTok interview. I mean, she's doing exactly what he says not to do.
She does hours of interviews.
No, this is just the beginning.
Yeah, this is a 2-hour one. I'm just playing little parts of it. It's all very interesting. I'm just kind of hitting on the deception parts.
Wow.
What were we gonna say, Auntie?
That's what I was going to say. It's unreal that she's sitting there saying what they've told her, and she's doing the opposite.
Yeah.
On her TikTok interview.
Wow.
So now
it always seems like the people that are, and I'm thinking about Megan Boswell, people like that are always very concerned. The people that are ultimately guilty really are concerned about what the public perception is.
Yeah.
The people who are not guilty could care less. They just want to find their loved one. That's what it seems like to me.
When you listen to all of this, you don't hear her saying very much at all about, hey, we need more volunteers to search. We need to do a new vigil. We need you to hang flyers. We need to share this or that or call into. Very little of that. It's the self-preservation stuff. I've moved it up forward to where we start to get into more of her timeline. So I want to play a little more of this than I have some of these other segments, because she starts to try to get her nailed down on what actually happened.
You went over to Rich's house to pick Courtney up. I'm not Courtney, but pick Rebecca up. Do I have this correct so far?
Yes, between 6:30 and 7.
Which is not what the DA says. The DA says it's the stepfather that brings her there.
Oh, okay.
So, at least according to the DA.
And the reason you went over there is to bring her back to your home to give her this $2,000. Is that correct?
That and Tide Pods.
In Tide Pods.
Which I still have the bag. I actually pulled them out of my truck. They're sitting on my coffee table, actually.
Maybe she thought she was doing something with these Tide Pods, like implying bad stuff or something. Do you know what I mean?
don't understand. I don't understand the Tide Pods. She talks about it in one of these interviews. I don't know if I'm playing it here or not.
If it's used to make that substance, then maybe she's trying to just make the victim look bad.
I don't know.
That could be. It could be.
Here's your inheritance in Tide Pods. It's just weird.
It is
I mean,
weird.
it's just a random thing to put in there.
I'm all twisted.
Can we just be honest with each other and clear this part up? Are you meaning literal Tide Pods, or is that slang for something else?
What happened?
I'll take your answer. Moving on.
Literally, Tide Pods. Laundry soap.
No, it really is literally Tide Pods. See, some people are saying it's slang, and some people are saying it's literally to wash some clothes.
I have not done drugs in 10 years. Tide Pods are literally.
Okay, so that's just a blatant lie, right? Okay, we don't believe that at all. 10 years that she's not done drugs? I don't believe her.
I don't believe her, but
No way.
You know.
UA Crimson said we thought it was code for something else, and asked her.
Oh, okay.
And it still could
she
be.
UA said she was in the chat when this was going on live. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, she could be lying. It may have been code, and she just doesn't want to admit it now.
Right. She said she clarified it was literally for the laundry, but they thought it could be code for something. That's why they asked.
I'm still not sure it wasn't.
You know, we're never buying Tide Pods. That's just weird. We're not.
We're turning off the Tide Pods.
No Tide Pods ever in this house.
Well, and was it a long pause, or was it just, did the audio just cut out? Because she waited for a very long time before she answered.
Okay, I can go back here a little bit.
And you got me on new detergent now anyway.
Be honest with each other and clear this part up. Are you meaning literal Tide Pods, or is that slang for something else? I'll take your answer. Moving on.
Literally, Tide Pods. Laundry soap.
No, it really is literally Tide Pods.
Yeah.
See,
Took a little while.
It was about 7 or 8 seconds at least. I counted.
I have not done drugs in 10 years. Tide Pods are literally to wash clothes.
Okay.
That's what I figured they would be. I mean.
Okay. So we're going to clear that up, that it was actually laundry, because I go into shows and I see some people say it was laundry detergent, and some people say it was street pharmaceuticals. So I just wanted to clear that up. So she came over, and did you hand the money in her in hundreds, 20s, fives, a mix, or how was the cash distributed to her?
It was in hundreds.
And she did not take her, this is according to Rich's testimony. He says that she did not take her purse with her, or her wallet, which contains her ID, or any of that stuff. Is this true or false?
She didn't have a bag. She didn't have anything with her. It was just her.
So where did she put $2,000 worth of 100s? In her pocket?
In her pocket. Her pants pocket. Because they had pockets on the sweatpants that she was wearing. Mm-hmm. She just slipped it in there.
And did you when you was with her, she had her phone with her, correct? She had her phone.
Yeah.
Was her phone getting text messages during the time that she was at your house?
She looked at her phone a couple times, but that was about it. But I didn't see if it was the phone that she was using or if it was a different phone. We have a phone that is missing, and Rich says he can't find it, and the sister don't have it. So the sister gave it to Becca, and that phone's missing.
Do you want me to stop?
I just don't understand people with all these phones. I've got one phone. You've got one phone. Our kids have one
Rich. Phone. Okay, I don't know how many phones there actually are. Richard says
there's a lot of phones.
Yeah, Richard said she had one phone that was like her main phone, the one that's found on the road. Then he says that she's got a phone that was not like usable as a phone, but she would use it for like internet stuff.
That's weird.
And that was at her old phone that was basically at his house.
That's weird.
But her main phone was the one found on the road.
Lisa says $200 bills in her pocket. Bull poop.
Right, in your sweatpants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, in regards to that particular phone, that it is not working, that it won't charge, and that it's at his house. Do you think that this is true? That's what he told the panel the other day, was that it's not working and it doesn't charge, so he has it.
Okay, so I guess they're talking about a third phone. Because he
I
mentioned,
mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of phones here.
Yeah.
This is a remarkable amount of phones.
dealers got to be able to get contacted, right?
I don't know. This is
they probably got their criminal phones and everything else, right? Maybe.
Her iPhone, not James Mercer's phone.
Okay. So she looks at her phone a couple of times, and can you explain to me, because this is one thing that I had a hard time understanding, maybe because I've not looked at a picture of your home, so I'm not demographically aware, but why? So I drew, actually, and I told you I was going to do this yesterday, draw to see if I have this right. So I'm going to show you this, and you tell me if I have it correctly. Let me see if I can unmirror myself again. I don't know if I can.
That got me, Rosebud.
What's that?
She said, Mrs. E, you're not a drug dealer. That's why. That's why I don't understand.
Don't understand all the phones.
That got me. Sorry. That was funny.
This is mirrored, so it's backwards. So I understand it would be the opposite way. But are you saying that this is your home, and right across the street, you guys were sitting here, right? Like facing a direction. And the car came from another direction and pulled behind you. And so if you look in your rearview mirror, you would be able to see the car in your rearview mirror.
Yes.
And that is when you notice that the car is black, and the years between 1998
Can you pause?
and
Lisa's got a good question. Who's Mr. Mercer?
It's Becca's. I think James is Becca's second child's dad who's in prison.
Oh, dear me.
I think that's the one that put a hit on Becca that we haven't talked about either.
Y'all.
I know.
I'm not going to.
It's just,
I'm going to get a headache.
But supposedly he put, I think that's the one that put a hit on. I might be getting this wrong, but I think James is the one in prison. So it's a lot of characters.
See, Lisa's dog looks like our dogs too, Annie. Are you muted?
Yeah, I don't mean to be muted. Sorry, I was muted.
Did you see that? At Lisa's dog.
Yes, Lisa always looks like my Charlie.
So Crimson, do you think I got that right? Was James Mercer, is that the one that's in prison that put the hit on Becca? Did I get that right?
Seems right.
I think
she said they literally have a flow chart.
I mean,
I think I remember that right. It's a lot of people involved.
I will be right back.
2005 Chevy Impala.
And the tough thing is they're such liars that you don't know what they're telling is true or not.
Well, they're in a sense, I know what you're saying, but at the same time, you can kind of see it.
You can. I'll tell you the one I think about a lot. If you end up listening to all of these interviews, this is the card I thought about a lot, was vagueness on her stories. So in all of this whole thing, because we know now that the whole thing about her coming there, going to the car, driving away, them looking for, all that's fake, like a complete fake story. Didn't happen at all. It's all vague. When she talks, like when they ask, what'd you talk about? What happened? What were you doing at this point and this point? She's like, we weren't talking. She might've looked at her phone. I didn't call anybody. Like, it's like, there's no, at one point she talks about how when they were waiting before the car got there to take her away, they didn't speak at all. And she was just tapping her fingernails on the steering wheel for 10 minutes. Well, that's not what would happen in 10 minutes sitting in a car with your daughter. You'd be playing music, looking at your phones, talking, not just sitting there in silence. And, but the vagueness is one of the tells on her story, that there's not, because she can't just create it out of thin air, but a real story has weird things that have happened. You would have talked about a ball game or a movie or whatever. It's like when we were doing our interview with the Murder on Music Row guy, the guy that has a story that he was beaten by the cop with a phone book. Soon as I heard that, I believed it was true, because getting beaten with a phone book is such a weird detail.
Mm-hmm.
You don't make something like that up. You'd say the cop beat me with his baton or punched me in the stomach, whatever. You don't say he beat me with a phone book.
Right.
When he said that, I was like, that's true, because it's very specific and unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Vague details, no details. That sounds more deceptive.
That's a good point.
But that's what I thought when I was looking at that card today and listening to this woman.
What does the card say? Will you read it?
Vagueness. Let me see what I did with it. So this is from, if you don't know, this is the Deception Detectives deck that I think I got as a Christmas gift or birthday gift last year.
Birthday.
Liars often resort to vagueness in their narratives, a tactic driven by the need to evade providing details that can be verified and the challenge of inventing a detailed story. If a story is missing specific names, times, locations, or spatial prepositions such as inside, under, above, around, it could be a sign that it's fabricated. Anyway, so.
Oh, Lisa, you'll have to go back and listen. We had the people who do the Murder on Music Row podcast, and they were talking about the case of Skull Shulman, who was on Hee Haw. He was unalived in the 90s.
Yes.
98. Yeah.
Yeah. And a man came forward and said that he gave a false confession to convict somebody. And so now the man that's been supposedly wrongly
in prison for over 20 years.
His family's trying to get a new trial.
So the people, if you go back and listen to that interview,
it's really good,
it was
because these are investigative reporters with the Tennessean, and they do this podcast. Yeah. It's really good.
So it was the first time we've had someone come in to do an interview, and it was a lot of fun. But they have that great podcast, and so they were just going to do the podcast about the murder, and then when they got into it, it turns out it looks like they've got breaking news, whatever, because this guy's taking back his testimony. So it looks like the wrong man's been serving for this very high profile murder in Nashville. Mm-hmm. Skull Shulman was a very well known person in the city.
Very connected.
Yeah, connected to everybody, knew all the country legends and all that kind of thing. So it was all very interesting.
So that was in the 90s. So yes, a phone book is what he was beaten.
Oh, is that why that question?
Yeah, that's how I got there. That's how we got there.
And the cop ended up being fired for falsifying police reports and statements and misconduct and that kind of thing. And so it all fits that they might have the wrong guy. So we're going to actually be keeping an eye on that in case it develops.
Well, yeah, you don't want the person, you don't want the wrong person in prison.
No.
For a crime they didn't commit, right?
That's right.
UA said she looked it up. Mr. Mercer has passed away.
Oh, okay. But that was the right person that put the hit, because I think that's what I was hearing. So he put the hit on her. He was in prison, and then he passed away, but the hit was still on her.
Okay.
So just a ridiculous.
If you guys haven't already, if you wouldn't mind to take a moment to hit that like button, I would really appreciate it.
Yes. So I'm going to play more of this section, because this does get a lot of the timeline stuff going.
This is, I almost need a notepad
for this.
I just can't.
I know.
I have a pretty good grasp on the situation and the players in the game, and I'm still having trouble.
Yeah, this whole clan, it's just chaos year after year.
Holly.
None of these people need children. I mean, really.
And
the idea that this lady needed a baby.
The Friendly Farmhouse said both of the baby daddies have passed away. So that's
my stars.
These people.
Oh, the other one too.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
And you need to get your son on the phone and have him write this screenplay.
Jeez.
Too unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
No, we're not talking about Buford Pusser. No, we were talking about the Skull Shulman murder. You said in 1990.
Bernard was the last. I can't remember his first name. Bernard's the name of the police officer. James Cavey is the name of the guy serving the life sentence
Who claims
for
he
Skull
didn't do
Shulman's
it.
murder. He's always, And the best evidence they had, really the only evidence they had, was the testimony of his alleged accomplice, who was also been in and out of psychiatric hospitals. He was a teenager. And he says now that he was threatened and told that he was going to be the one to take the rap. And I mean, otherwise there was no fingerprints or video or anything else connecting him to the murder. It was all based on that testimony, really.
Real quick, Devil Mint Twin says, everyone glad to catch a live. I want to send a hug and thank you to whoever gifted me a membership. Love watching you guys. Well, thank you. I'm so happy you're here.
Good to see you, Devil Mint. And it could have been a lot of people. We had a lot of gifted memberships.
Oh,
tonight.
wow. I did not know that. UA Crimson said Riley Strain's lawsuit is starting to be argued in court.
What?
The one against the fraternity brothers, I guess.
And
Yeah.
we've been so out of the loop with the medical stuff, but that's I want to know about that.
We'll have to check up on that. Well, and also I believe they were suing the fraternity, but and the bars, weren't they?
They're starting with the fraternity brothers.
Wait, they're not doing that here. They'll do that in Missouri, right?
She said yes, that lawsuit.
I don't know if it'll be here or I don't know. Probably Missouri.
I would think it.
Yeah, probably.
Well, would it be where
he went to school?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Would it be what fraternity was it?
Somebody asked me that the other day, and I didn't know.
Is it Sigma Chi?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I'll look real quick.
But I wonder if it's at like the same area, like where they're headquartered. Is what I'm getting at.
I'm not sure.
It could be.
I bet UA knows because she followed Riley pretty closely.
Yeah.
And she was a searcher and stuff.
Well, that's interesting because there might be information.
Yeah, they're doing it in Missouri.
See, I've had this idea.
And they're arguing whether it's the jurisdiction is proper. Oh, well, thank you for letting us know. I didn't realize it. Like I said, we've been so busy with all this medical stuff. We've gotten behind on some of the cases we were really following. So
I was just looking up some Riley stuff yesterday. Just kind
of says Delta Chi.
Delta Chi.
Because I was trying to find.
I knew it was Chi.
I was trying to find the final press conference on Riley, the one where they made the big announcements, and I was having trouble finding that. I don't think that. Not to get off. I know we're getting off a little bit of a tangent with Riley, but my guess is once she's done with the fraternities, I think she'll either go after the bars or the city.
I think the bars will settle.
I don't think she'll be done.
I think the bars will settle.
They will settle probably because they've got insurance.
I think the bars won't want the bad press.
It just depends on what the point is for her. If it's more about answers or money, you know what I mean? I mean, I know Morgan, they're trying to get money.
That's right.
But sometimes you sue because she didn't feel like she got all the answers about what happened to her.
I agree.
So
and I agree. Yeah.
She might be suing because she's not just for, to punish the people that she thinks may have had a hand in his disappearance but also because she may be trying to get information on what happened. Because that's a method.
Well, and I do know that the fraternity did cooperate with them as far as everything. Yeah. They were, they tried to cooperate.
There were some stories that
she's still talking to UA is talking to Riley's parents, and she says, "I think they want answers."
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the brothers, some of them wouldn't return her texts and calls, like when she was looking for pictures of the night and things like that.
I remember that.
They wouldn't.
Yeah,
they
but I think
responding.
I mean the fraternity as a whole, the organization was cooperative. I don't know.
I don't think they were.
I don't think so.
Well, that's the way the media portrayed it.
I think they were at the very beginning, but as it got,
I think as it got more heated and more, they saw the lawsuit coming and they kind of shut down.
Well, yeah, of course they did.
Yeah,
that's what everybody does in these cases. When they think they're going to be sued, they stop. They were probably advised to stop.
I'm not sure they don't have some liability. I mean, because really. They're supposed to have designated people.
Let's put ourselves in those shoes. I was going to say, if it was our kid, we would be looking for responsible parties.
You're supposed to have some of the fraternity brothers stay sober and take kids home when if things get, they're supposed to be
right.
people.
And I think what they did was they stood up and said, we hate that this happened. We feel so bad, but they didn't give any answers as to really what happened and why no one took pains to make sure he got home safely.
Well, Aunt E, you and I both have been on like formal trips with fraternities, and I never would have. I felt like everybody looked out for everybody on those things back in our day, anyway.
Yeah, they did, and maybe
we wouldn't let anybody go off alone like that.
Right,
that was bad. I mean, that was really bad. They knew he was leaving, and they let him go. I mean, it's poor.
But anyway, let's get.
I know.
Well, she also said she had a call with Delta Chi's risk management, and they have had a lot of issues with their other chapters.
I think, yeah.
And I feel like Greeks are really targeted for those kinds of things, and I can see why they want answers, and I can see why they probably will. We'll have to have some kind of payout for that.
Yeah, I think so. I think. And then I think she'll go for the city. That's my guess.
I get the city. I really think the bars won't want the bad press, and I think the bars will try to settle. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, I mean, the bars is probably the weakest argument because they cut him off
and kicked him out. So they did kind of their job. Mm-hmm.
If they had let him stay there all night, continuing to drink, then
right.
Unless something was dropped in his drink, which is a problem.
Right. Which is a problem in Nashville.
So if they have evidence of that they find at some point, that's a whole other story. Anyway, sorry. We went down a little Riley Strain rabbit hole. So if you're unfamiliar with that case, I know that was probably confusing for you, but it was a big story here in Nashville. Riley Strain, 22 years old, went missing last year, right around the time Sebastian Rogers went missing, which a lot of people actually attribute to why Sebastian Rogers' story got so big. Because so many people were focused on Riley, and right up the road you had the Sebastian Rogers disappearance. But
a lot going on
nowadays. Everybody just takes up their phone and takes a picture of someone having a hard time. That is the truth.
Boy, that is true.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, Donna. But she said they also know that people are doing this downtown. Yeah, but knowing about it and being able to police it or catch them is a whole other thing.
Yeah. It's the suspicion is there's a network of criminals doing this, targeting people. Hard to prove.
No, don't be sorry for telling us.
No, we're very interested.
Yeah, obviously we've spent 25 minutes talking about it. So
yeah,
big
case. We were really starting. That was kind of when we very first started, and that was a big case that we were all following independently. So it was a big deal.
Yeah. Because Sebastian had happened. Then almost 2 weeks later, Riley disappeared. So there was actually this little feeling of like, what's going on in Middle Tennessee? It was kind of like, are these connected? That was also part of the wondering of people.
What?
And everybody's
what? Amber?
In reference to the Sebastian Rogers case, they found a body near a retention pond.
She's asking, did they?
Recently, not that I have heard. Is that recent news?
I have no idea. I don't think
I mean, there was at one time different bodies that have been found in Nashville, but
there's a body found in the Cumberland almost every day.
Yeah, I can't think of one near a retention pond that I've heard of. I mean, unless something broke today that I'm unaware of. I have not heard that.
And UTD, we are going to cover the Austin stuff when it goes to trial and stuff. So
yes, that's when
we are very interested in that case.
Yeah, that's when we followed while that manhunt and everything was going on, and then when that goes to trial, we'll be all over that one. Because that Austin Drummond there's a lot of questions about what was going on there.
Yeah,
in a way, it's not that. It's kind of similar to this.
There were a lot of people covering up for Austin's.
You've got these family members and these kind of weird criminal situations all, and who knows what and who's playing what role. It's similar.
Well, and this case is, I mean, all of them are half of the ones on your family tree or have our RSO. And that's that many people in a concentrated group, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
I was
RSO.
gonna say that if something was found anywhere around here, we'd know about it.
Boy, I would have thought.
Yeah.
There have been, there've been different stories that had happened, different.
There's some stuff that Mob Crew's been covering that we ought to talk about at some point. But
She said Mr. E. Crimevale New posted a video about it 15 hours ago.
Well, we'll check it out.
We would have heard.
We live here, and it would have been everywhere. But
I don't know. I mean, I'll have to kind of see if I can find that later. Crimevale is the channel.
That's what she said. Crimevale.
Okay. Yeah, we'll check that out. And UT Vol says he's evil, talking about Austin Drummond. There's another similarity between these two cases with Austin Drummond. Austin Drummond claims to be a confidential informant for the FBI. And then we also end up with Kimmy being accused of being a confidential informant by Courtney too. So it's kind of bizarre.
I'm looking at their YouTube, and they haven't posted anything in 3 months. So I don't know. I'm looking at their YouTube.
Okay.
So that's weird.
Well, I don't know. Someone's saying that Crimevale channel is an AI fake channel.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Oh, that's terrible.
That is terrible.
So somebody's got a fake channel saying they found a body in a retention pond about Sebastian.
Oh.
Is that what we're saying?
Oh,
that should be reported. That should certainly be reported.
And Liberty says they put out false info with every single video.
Oh my stars. That's terrible.
I have come across a couple like that. That's really, really poor.
Oh, and UA said yes, and Courtney is allegedly a confidential informant as well.
Yeah. Well, let's get back into the interview here a little bit.
We really digress.
I know. It's not hard to do with us though. All right, so I'm playing this section because she does start to get into the timeline a lot here.
With the round taillights.
I noticed the taillights when they got in my headlights, and I noticed that it was black when they got in my headlights.
Amber, there's no reason to be sorry, honey. Not at all.
I'm sorry for what?
She said, good to know. That's why I asked. Sorry. There's no reason to be sorry. No, not at all.
No, we don't need to apologize to us.
You opened me up to somebody that I know that everybody, knows that they're full of misinformation. So now we both know, because I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know either. It's good to expose those people too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
other people know.
But absolutely don't be sorry. Not at all.
No, those fake AI true crime channels, they got to be dealt with. Because just imagine you're Seth or whoever,
right?
And you open up YouTube to see if there's any news today, if there's any,
yeah,
and you see there's a body found,
And we talked
the cruelty of that for the clicks and views is.
Well, and we talk to our
ridiculous.
mom about this all the time, because there's a lot of fake news in the world, right? Yeah. And we talk that you cannot believe everything that you see. Just because someone's made it doesn't mean it's real.
Yeah. So, and you would think that if it's AI fake stuff, they'd take it down.
Well,
and they don't.
Right.
I do this on X at this point. When people put the fake AI videos, I just block them.
Right. I do too.
If you're going to put fake people getting mauled by bulls or whatever it is,
well, you've got a different feed than I do.
I get these fake AI animal attacks.
I get the animal ones all the time, and it drives me.
You guys have clicked on them.
I know, because.
So don't click on malls.
So I'm at a point where if you're going to share something and not put that it's fake, you're blocked. I'm not going to give you the engagement. I don't want to help amplify you.
You don't want to ever just kind of pause and give them any kind of view.
All the fraudsters, just block them. That's the only way I know to deal with it. Mm-hmm. So they don't, because they're doing it for the money.
Can you drop our email?
And did we
UTD Vols?
I think she's talking to Amber.
Oh.
And we have shared Steph's case files a few times.
I
her
have
links? Okay,
yes,
good.
I'm going to do it again in a minute, but I'll put ours in chat just in case.
So thank you to Steph again for being kind enough to let us go through parts of her interview. Who did a great job at just to get the interview, but did a great job keeping her going and talking. And another thing she does really well in these interviews is she lets her kind of hang herself. She doesn't like go in and say, well, aren't you contradicting yourself here? She just kind of lets her do it, so it's very good.
I forgot to do one thing.
Sure.
Yesterday was Jenny Machete's birthday. And you know what? You know why she's got that name, right?
Because of, yeah.
And I think if anybody deserves to have
a machete party,
it is Jenny Machete.
It is Jenny Machete.
Just real quick. I'll just do it once.
Yeah, that's good. We haven't done this in a while.
We haven't done it in a long time. Jenny, this is specifically for you. If I can find it. Where is it?
We haven't had a machete party in a long time.
Oh my gosh, is it gone?
Oh no.
Where is it?
It's not on an old computer.
It's not on here.
I have it.
You do? Well, play it.
It's on the list.
Where?
She also said she was going to bring a machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
That's for you, Jenny.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. That's a good present. That's a good present there. All right. So I'm going to get back into the timeline here.
Even though they sped off, I could still see it.
So they turned around and went the way that they came.
No, they went past my truck and went the same way that I was facing.
Got you. I got you. So you were able to see the front and back. And she got out of the car and she said, "I'll be right back."
She said, "Mom, I'll be back." She didn't say, "I'll be right back." She said, "Mom, I'll be back."
And then you said, "Okay," or
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't want to seem like it was a snobby okay or nothing like that. So I didn't say anything because my daughter is really, I don't know, you get snobby with her and she instantly attitude city.
Right.
That's another thing that you see is the it's not victim blaming exactly, but it's just like the person that you try to say they say negative things about the person.
It's victim shaming.
Yeah.
Is that the right? I guess that's the right usage of that.
Yeah, I think so.
Because what if you were truly hoping for people to look for Becca, you would be sitting here talking about how great she is. She'll be a wonderful mother. You don't sit there and talk about what a brat she is and how you just, she would snap at her if she called. And
again, I'm just
the same thing with the sister. The sister dismissed her like, well, she was known to disappear, and it's like they want to put that negative out there.
Right.
And see, I think that
which we've seen in other cases.
When you're truly missing somebody. In many cases, you are not looking at anything negative. You only remember good.
And you wouldn't want anybody to think anything bad about the missing person, because what you're trying to do,
right?
If you know what she's trying to do is make herself seem innocent. If you were innocent, what you would be doing on this podcast would be trying to advocate for your child, paint her as positive light as possible.
You wouldn't say anything like that.
You wouldn't say negative stuff.
You would just talk about the search effort, and you wouldn't do that stuff.
You wouldn't be concerned about looking innocent.
And Jenny said, "Thank you. That was the best present."
You're welcome.
All right. We have 1.1 thousand souls in here. If you guys are in here, please give me a follow. That's totally.
All right. So I'm going to skip to another part here. And that but she talks about it several times, the timeline anyway. But when you listen to it, another thing that bugs me is just the whole, okay, so 1 hour goes by, 2 hours goes by, 3 hours, you're worried about her. You're waiting for her to come back, but you can't text her. So she calls Rich, the fiance, instead, several times, and messages and calls. And and he's not sure where nobody can call her and nobody's worried at all, you just would call if you were worried, or you would just call or text and say, hey, when are you coming home? Should I go to bed? Should I wait for you? All that. It's just not a believable part of the story. It doesn't have that ring of truth to it at all. So this I have marked as slippage or leakage. So I'm not sure why.
She's done it a million times to me. It pisses me off every time, but he's an adult. What can I do? I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like I told the cop that was here today. What am I supposed to do? Pin her down and, grab her or whatever? I said, my daughter would have whooped my ass. My daughter is one feisty woman, and oh my God, I will not mess with that because, oh boy, if she's knocking Rich's eye out of his socket, come on.
So I think the reason I marked that as leakage there is a bit as she says, what am I going to do? Pin her down and hold her.
Oh my.
Right. And she probably couldn't, but Brad probably could.
Oh my.
So
we're going to have to do a part 2 on this.
I think that was, so I'm just going to play that one more time. So kind of keep that in mind. I think that this was a little bit of leakage from her.
And to me. It pisses me off every time, but he's an adult. What can I do? I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like I told the cop that was here today. What am I supposed to do? Pin her down and, grab her or whatever? I said, my daughter would have whooped my ass. My daughter is one feisty woman, and oh my God, I will not mess with that because, oh.
So that's leakage. That card.
Liberty
is what I think that is.
6, 10, and 9 says Leakage City. And I love that picture. That looks like Starry Night, but it's not. I mean, I know it's with cats. I love it. I love that type of art.
Oh yeah, I like that too. Yeah, that is definitely your style.
Aw,
so,
that's sweet,
Gina says tomorrow's my 57th birthday. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers gets my birthday wish. That's so sweet.
Yes, and happy birthday.
And right, Hobo Mom says, how is she going to whip her 9 months pregnant? Right?
Right. I think, and she kind of slows down while she's talking there. I think she was starting to relive that a bit. I think that's what was going on there.
Wow.
I know.
This is a lot.
I know.
I feel like we barely dipped our toe in so far.
Yeah, we're just going to do part 1. I think I've just got I've got 4 more little sections to do that are kind of not super long.
Well, I drank a lot of coffee until 9.
Well, we can go into part 2, and if you want to do it, you want to just finish part 1, and we'll see where how you feel.
I start hitting my wall, and then I start blanking out and stop talking. So I get sleepy.
So I have this
had
marked
a lot of coffee
as blocked phone.
Which, the day that she went missing or the following day?
That next morning, my number was blocked.
So when did y'all turn the phone into police?
Her sister turned it into them. I want to say Wednesday morning.
Okay, hold on.
Out. I also did not tell Gina happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Gina.
That's the I want to say card.
Okay. I
want to
let me
say.
Make you big so we can see it.
Is that visible there like that?
Hold on, I have to put you up by yourself. No, that's Aunt E. Let me try the next one. How do I put you just up?
Can I not get that close enough to?
There we go.
I want to say. That's the I want to say card. The phrase, this is one I listen for a lot with people. The phrase I want to say simply expresses a desire to state something. Liars sometimes use it to preface lies as if technically true. So that's one I hear all the time from people they're like, so I'll go back again. And this whole blocked phone thing is weird.
Okay, you want to put this back on?
Yes.
Okay. Whoops.
Phone.
Yes.
Which, the day that she went missing or the following day?
That next morning, my number was blocked.
So when did y'all turn the phone into police?
Her sister turned it into them. I want to say Wednesday morning. I don't know. You'd have to ask her sister.
Let's back up. Let's back up and take our time. Hold on. Hold the panel. Let's take our time here. You said that your number was blocked on her phone the next day. So you're saying that sometime after she left, either she or somebody got her phone and blocked your contact?
Yes. It went straight to voicemail, and her sister's like, it's just ringing for me. I was like, well, my number's blocked.
And do you have an iPhone?
I do not have an iPhone.
I was just trying to think of how, because I know how iPhones work, but I'm not familiar with Androids. I know on an iPhone, if you're blocked and you try to call somebody, it just rings and rings and rings and rings. But if it goes to voicemail, then it's more than likely a dead phone.
Her phone wasn't dead. Her phone was on when we
So that's all interesting, just because was it blocked? Was it not? This case is all going to be about phones, like many cases are now. Basically,
well, Auntie will be very excited.
It's going to be all about GPS and what text messages were sent. Someone apparently went through there and cleared out and deleted a bunch of calls and text messages, maybe thinking that would actually work, but they'll be able to retrieve all that. So I don't know how that's all going to play in. But that's I think interesting. And I don't know if
Good night, Donna.
Good night, Donna. Sorry, we're going a little late here.
Yeah, well, we're gonna.
I'll do. Let's just do three more, and then it's up to you. Though I'll keep going if you want.
I saw Deanna and I wanted to tell her hello because I hadn't seen her yet. Yeah, Donna's going to sleep. Well, have a good night.
We'll see you on the replay in the morning.
Well, I think we're gonna have to, y'all. This is like.
Maybe we'll just do a part 2 on this.
I think we have to.
We could, because I haven't even gotten to Rich or any of that, Kimmy, any of that stuff. Because they do a lot of talking too. So we might could just do a part 2 next week sometime. But I'd like to at least finish the 3 parts here. This one I have marked as timeline.
Back ASAP. And then I was like, Rich, it's Courtney. Call me back. And then I was like, dude, call me. I was like, your old lady took off with some dude, because I figured it was a dude. Not saying that it was, but just expression words. Took off with some dude in some black car. Rich texts back at 9:51 a.m. saying, I'll call in a minute.
So this all will not make sense. So when we get to Rich's interview eventually, his claim is going to be he went to bed like a half hour to an hour after Becca left his place at 6:30 that night. And so he's in bed at like 7:30, right? Wakes up around 1. He's missed all these phone calls from Courtney. Doesn't think anything about it. You know, he calls Becca a couple times. She doesn't answer. He's just now responding the next morning at almost 10 o'clock about where's Becca. Like, no way. Your fiance, your pregnant fiance at 38 weeks is you know, none of this. No. It just doesn't make sense. It's just not true. We now know that this is all not true. Their timeline and story just doesn't make sense, and it contradicts more later.
Now, Rich says, go ahead.
I want to ask a question.
Hold
okay, I'm going to skip this part. I'm going to go to this little part here called phone.
Right.
What's that?
Witchy Mama says, with a fam of criminal activity, you'd think they'd know that cops use that program and deleting doesn't matter. Starbright. Now, is it Starbright, Auntie?
Yes.
I nominate them for the dumbest criminals. Oopsies, LOL. This whole all of their choices could all be in poor judgment.
And I think they planned this for a while. Like this
That's
was a
insane.
That's what
long.
I'm wondering is how long it was planned.
I
This
think
is insane.
I
you
think I
guys.
read that they believe that this had been researched for a time. So they've been thinking about this a while.
Yes, Michelle, Georgia.
Yes,
we've been saying that this sounds eerily familiar to things that we've heard before.
Yeah, some of these were spooky.
Yes, thanks,
they were
Lisa.
so close. So I don't know what this is about the phone. This might be when they go pick it up.
I don't know. She's reading something.
At 10:30 is when we found the phone.
10:30.
And
gotcha.
Rich had said, he's like, I hope it's good news that you need to talk to me about.
Wow.
And so explain to me, how did the thought process of needing to go across the road to go look for the phone come up? Is it because you got a hold of Rich and Rich pinged the phone and he said, I could see it down such and such dirt road. And then you and Kimberly went looking for it?
Kimberly sent me the GPS coordinates that Rich had sent her. If you know how to read a GPS, you know how to read coordinates.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband is really good with that because he's a builder. So he knows how to read GPS coordinates because he has to for building houses and his job. So he read them and he's like, that's across the road. I was like, are you shitting me? He's like, no, Courtney, that's across the road. I was like, okay, let's go now. So we got in the truck. He walked the trail as I followed him. As soon as he come to the phone, he picked it up. He handed it to me. There was like moisture on the screen. So I took and I rubbed it on my pants. Probably not a smart idea, but I did, not thinking. Rubbed it on my pants and the phone was still going off. So I shut it off so that nobody could say, well, you were on it. Well, she has a code on.
So nobody could say that you were on it. Right? That's why you shut it off?
I feel like I heard somewhere too, she had all of her passwords and stuff too. Like
she was getting ready to say something about the password.
But that was a part where she says this, where she goes, so nobody would think that I was on it. Well, at this point, at 10:30 in the morning, you're not worried. Why are you thinking about anybody? They haven't even reported her missing yet. They're not thinking crime, if you believe her story, right?
Right.
Why is she worried about being a suspect?
I'm thinking about it.
No, she's saying at this point, she's already worried that people might think she's a suspect. Well, according to her, they're not even worried yet. They haven't even reported her missing. They just found her phone.
Followed him. As soon as he come to the phone, he picked it up. He handed it to me. There was like moisture on the screen. So I took and I rubbed it on my pants. Probably not a smart idea, but I did, not thinking. Rubbed it on my pants and the phone was still going off. So I shut it off so that nobody could say, well, you were on it. Well, she has a code on her phone. Why would I be on her phone? Anyways. And we took the phone straight to Rich. Rich knew the code to get into that phone. When I handed him the phone, he turned it back on, walked away from my vehicle.
They're all going to turn on each other.
Was looking at the phone and he's like, oh, well, it's too dark for me to even look at it. That screen was bright as ever when I shut it off.
They are all going to turn on each other.
That story, there's multiple versions of what she just said about going to give Rich the phone that morning. Kimmy says it happened at 10 o'clock that night. She says it happened 10 o'clock, like shortly afterward. There's another version where it happens the next day at 10 in the morning. Sometimes it's her giving Rich the phone. Sometimes it's Kimmy giving Rich the phone. So that part of the story there are multiple versions of it. So whenever you hear about this part where they're giving the phone to Richard. There's a big lie in there somewhere. So we're not sure. I don't know. I don't know what the truth is.
Right.
But that is it. There's a problem with that part of the story. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious what we're thinking right now about the phone. What's the deal with the phone in the road? Was that an accident?
No.
I don't think so.
No,
What is it?
I don't think so.
I think
Why
it
is-
was to make them think that something nefarious had happened to her and she'd been taken by somebody.
Yeah,
and
it was a setup.
It was like a setup so they could ping the phone and say, "Oh, it was found out this dirt road, and it wasn't far from where she was seen getting in the car." They're making it look nefarious and trying to build a narrative that that they did something bad to her or threw her phone out the window so she couldn't be tracked.
Okay, so it's like the next morning they're like, okay, how are we gonna? We're gonna make okay. That's probably right. That's probably right.
That's kind of what I think. I think they're just using it so they can say that it's something
what
nefarious had happened.
Do you think
that
Richard knows?
I think that they all were in it together, and I think that
You think Richard knew?
Yeah, I think
At this point. I don't know.
Well, here's what I'm thinking though: is I feel like that they were all in it together for some reason. We don't, unbeknownst to us, but there were also side things. So if we get caught, we're going to pin it on them, or if you know what I mean, that kind of thing.
Well, I don't know. I just wondered if what's Richard and Kimmy getting out of this?
Well, there's rumors that they have been that they are having an affair. So I don't know if that's true.
Rich and Courtney, or
Probably
Rich and
Kimmy. Well, maybe.
I've heard rumors of that. I don't know. I can't confirm that. I'm just saying that that's where my mind goes.
Okay.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm not sure. That part of it, I don't know if they were just helping with the cover up or if they knew beforehand what was going to happen. Found out, sometimes people know bits and parts, but not the whole picture.
I mean, I'm probably wrong.
I don't know. This part of it, I'm not sure.
Right. Oh, well, thank you, Michelle. That's a good point. I agree, Mrs. E, because how else would Richard and Kimmy know about the crime? I think that they were all in on it, and then everybody's got their whole. Here's what I'm going to do to get myself out of this.
If that's true, if it's 4 of them that knew what was going to happen,
that's what I think.
I mean, you get the fiance, the sister, the parents, all on board
Because
with.
I briefly heard Kimmy talking when she got out of jail, and was that no? It wasn't. It was when we were listening to the detective guy or the PI guy. And he was talking, he was being very, oh, you weren't with me.
I don't know this one.
I was listening to this earlier today.
Okay.
He's very accusatory talking about carpet being gone, and he's talking to Kimmy. We'll just have to keep going with it. There's a lot.
Okay. There's so much.
Kimmy said Courtney told her. I did not realize that. I haven't gotten that far into her interview.
Kimmy said Courtney. Okay.
The pups are crying again. What's wrong now?
They probably need to go out.
Again?
Oh, it's bedtime for them.
I think
Brownie's unplugging stuff.
Brownie's unplugging my computer.
All right. Well, this is the last section I had marked on this one. So this is a bit later in that interview, but I just have marked as contradiction. So I don't know what this is going to be. I should probably take better notes.
I'm just happy you made notes.
Yeah. And I kind of want to stay away from playing anybody's entire interview just so if they're kind enough to share, encourage people to go listen.
These interviews are interesting. I would definitely encourage you guys.
Oh, there was a lot of stuff in here. I was just trying to hit the most obvious to me.
Into the bedroom with him and fuck him.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, we don't have that kind of language on our show.
I didn't mean to land on that part.
Sorry, guys.
With what is she referring to?
Look at her face.
All right, I guess
Steph's face is really funny there.
Yes, it is.
She's like, "What did you just say?"
Okay, I guess we got to hear what that was actually about, right?
We're gonna hear the bad word twice.
We got to hear the gossip now.
But at his house the other night, when I went to go get Becca's phone, he asked me if I wanted to go back into the bedroom with him and fuck him.
Oh, that's Kimmy.
Oh my God.
I think that's Kimmy talking, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, is that Courtney? Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Are you playing it
hold
again?
on. Yeah,
Okay.
Don't play it again.
Okay.
No,
That's
I don't want to
crazy,
hear
but
it.
I do want to ask a question in regards to.
No.
I don't want to hear the bad words again. Look,
Oh, there's a ton of stories of Rich trying to get with different women at different
it
times.
sounds like he's just a horn dog.
I think
right?
Courtney says it at one point where she's like, that's literally all that's ever on this guy's mind. He's always just hitting on everybody.
Her statement just now. You said that back the other night.
You see,
when
it's
you went to
Rich.
go
They're
get
talking
her-
about Rich. What is the fiance's name again? Rich.
Rich Fowler.
Rich or Richard, yes.
Rich,
Yeah.
Richie, Richard.
An guy with an RSO and lots of drug convictions.
And apparently he likes to have relations.
Yes, and he's been with the mother and he's been with the grandmother and the mother to the deceased baby,
And maybe
the sister. Yeah.
Richard was the fiance's name. What's the husband's name? I've got
Brad
Bartholomew.
Who also is got multiple
Okay.
convictions and everything else.
phone. I thought it was the morning time when you got her phone.
No, I got her phone at hold on.
Oh,
It was. I went over to Rich's about 10 o'clock that night.
But she just said it was in the morning.
To go get my. I went to Rich's about 10 o'clock that night to go get my sister's phone to take it to the
it is
sheriff's
Kimmy.
department.
You mean 10 o'clock the next
You're right.
morning?
Yeah,
You're
Kimmy
right,
hops
it
on.
was Kimmy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's Kimmy saying that.
Okay. So who is he trying to sleep with? Kimmy or the mom?
In that
Kimmy.
earlier story, I think it was Kimmy.
Oh, okay.
When she
I'm
goes over to
sorry.
get this phone.
Okay.
See, Kimmy, I don't think was listening
Wow.
to her mom talk earlier because now she's saying it happened 10 o'clock at night. Mom,
Mom was saying it was in the daytime.
Mom is saying it's in the daytime, so they're contradicting each other here.
Ooh. So yeah, why would she cover up? She's in on it.
Yeah.
Morning or that night?
Unless she's
The
in
Monday
on it, I should
night
say,
or
in my
Tuesday?
opinion.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I said, in my opinion, unless she's in on it, she would have no reason to lie.
Yeah, they're all confused because I'm telling you, there's several versions of this phone part.
UTD said, could you play it through without the interruption, that part? About the phone.
Go back on the phone part.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go back here. Yeah, we'll just let this play and then we'll stop it when it's done. I'll try not to land on the dirty part, but I probably am.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, that's crazy, but I do want to ask a question in regards to her statement just now. You said that back the other night when you went to go get her phone, I thought it was the morning time when you got her phone.
No, I got her phone at hold on. It was. I went over to Rich's about 10 o'clock that night.
Huh?
To go get my. I went to Rich's about 10 o'clock that night to go get my sister's phone to take it to the sheriff's department.
You mean 10 o'clock the next morning or that night?
The Monday night or Tuesday? Whoa, hold on.
Tuesday night.
So Courtney said the morning.
I took Becky's phone the
took
morning.
phone over in the morning on Tuesday.
So y'all waited 12 hours to go get the phone and bring it to police? Because you said noon is when they put out the missing person report whenever the phone was brought to them.
Rich lied to me and told me that was a phone that had data on it that Becca had that was found on the trail, and it was not the phone that she had. I got the phone I took the phone to the sheriff's department at 10 o'clock the next
Tuesday
morning
night.
too.
Tuesday night. 10 o'clock Tuesday night, you take the phone to the police.
Yes.
So
Well, she just said next morning. Now she's saying not. It's
when did the missing persons report get filed with the police department?
Noon, because I'm the one that called it in.
So you called it in at noon and they came over to your mom's house before they got the phone?
Yes.
So Rich had in his possession her phone for the entire day of Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I've said before, anything on that phone from Monday was completely deleted. There was nothing on that phone since Sunday, and I have my own text messages, my own cell phone calls that showed that I talked to my sister on Monday. And those were not on my sister's phone.
In your opinion, why do you think what would be the reasoning for them deleting those things for Monday?
Because Rich or Rebecca are both trying to hide something.
In your opinion, what would that be? What would they try to hide?
Affairs.
Some more victim blaming there.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, no wonder this little conspiracy broke up because this is before Becca's body's been found. And she's already trying to set up Richard and everybody,
Yeah,
you know.
and it was because that they didn't want her having the phone because of affairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that whole thing with the phone still doesn't make any sense. At one point she says the next morning she took the phone. And then she says, you mean 10 o'clock that night? Yeah, 10 o'clock at night. I went to the well, all of these things cannot be true. They say several different things about these phones.
I'm gonna have to listen to it and like write it these details.
Yeah, you
down.
almost need to listen. It's really hard to understand.
Yeah.
What
If we
she's
didn't
even
already,
trying to say.
if people hadn't already been arrested, this would have been like red flag city.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And yes, Sharon, her voice did sound shaky. I think you mean Kim, but yeah. And then Michelle said, I would love for Steph to interview CP and KP. She asked all the right questions. She said she's a good interviewer for sure. Very good.
Yeah, the only interview they've ever had close to that is Smiley,
Oh,
really.
thank you.
Uh-huh. I could see where it's kind of similar in a way.
Bo, this is how we got our name. When we first started, we started our show. We would do it the show in the extra bedroom, and for some reason our dogs, who are normally pretty calm, would jump on the bed and go crazy anytime we would do a live stream.
All behind you.
All behind us. And so
Yeah.
that's part of the reason that we went with Crime Dogs. One of our members recommended it, and so that's what we did. But yeah, this is Brownie, and then Bailey's in my lap too. But yeah, she's sweet. She got her Christmas groom done, but
That's so cute.
I still feel like they didn't make her hair short. I made a point and asked them to make her facial hair shorter, but I feel like it's not short enough. But
She looks pretty cute though.
Yeah.
So Shauna remembers the dogs jumping on our bed. That was so cute. So you've been with us a while. If you remember the dogs on the bed,
she has.
Yeah, we weren't back there very long.
Remember?
No, you really weren't.
She was Butterfly Kisses, and then she went to Shauna, and then
we-
she added it all.
When you decided to lose the dining room and use it as a studio.
Well, the only time we ever really used the dining room was for fancy meals like Thanksgiving and things like that. So why not?
I mean, you got 300 and
got a gorgeous table in here.
3 days a year. You don't need to use it.
And you know how much I love my table. So, and it works out.
So Michelle's been with us a while too. She remembers that also.
15 months.
Oh, okay. What's
Have we
15
even
months?
had a channel 15 months?
You
I'm
say
just
that
kidding.
every time. So we'll do a part 2 on this.
Yeah.
I think so. We'll
There's
go.
a lot. Even though I've had coffee, my brain's starting to shut down.
Yeah. So we'll probably maybe sometime in the midweek or somewhere like that.
Oh,
Tuesday and
I'm
Wednesday.
Sorry. She said she had to put her dog down last week. I'm so sorry.
No.
That's awful.
I hate when I see people put that on their Facebook pages and stuff. I'm always like, oh.
I know.
Yeah, Brownie is precious. She is she's little, and then Bailey he's precious too. And his sister is Aunt E's dog, Charlie.
Who is always dead asleep when I'm on, so I can't ever, unless she's like agitated, something's going on. She's always dead asleep when I'm on, so she's over here.
They're all Cavapoos. If you've ever heard of that, they're Cavalier Spaniel poodles, and they're rotten. So, Oh, that's funny. UTD says, I have a 70-pound pit bull, so when he has to go, you go. Right. Yeah, she's got to go potty.
All right.
That's why I'm holding her, because she was licking my feet and stuff. So because she's wanting my attention.
Well, before we go, we do want to give the reminder that tomorrow is Sebastian Rogers' birthday.
Yes.
He would be 17 tomorrow. And
he is 17 tomorrow.
yes, and the Culvers in Clarksville, they are giving free malts, and the Culvers in Hendersonville is doing $1 off.
Yes.
Malts, or maybe just your whole purchase. I'm not quite sure how that one's doing.
Malt was Sebastian's favorite thing there.
Double malt.
Yes. And Culvers
Double
in
malt.
particular he liked. So
I was gonna see. I've got it pulled up. I'm gonna pull it up so you
Yeah.
can.
I think they're giving out flyers, that kind of thing.
That's
So
great.
They're giving out actually Voices of Truth. That would be Hindsight BMW Coupe. They are they paid for the flyers and
Yes.
they set everything up.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great people.
If you want to hear kind of the story on the Culvers thing, that was on their live stream last night.
Which we had to go to a Christmas party and we didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I caught some of it. I wasn't.
I
I
cannot
missed
get
the
it to
first
come
half
up
or so.
for some reason. I had it the other day.
But I
had it the other day and I
Like
can't
the
get
Culver's
it to come up.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, I can't get it to come up. Hold on. So
I don't know if we'll go live about Sebastian tomorrow or not. There's a part of me that doesn't want to, just because I don't know if I want to do case stuff on him on his birthday or whatever. I don't know.
we didn't last year.
Yeah,
Last year
I feel a little
you
weird
know
about
what
it.
we did last year.
I don't know what did we do last year?
You don't remember?
December 7th. Okay, no, I don't remember what we did.
You do remember.
I don't remember.
You do.
But
You do. It was Sebastian related.
Oh, I remember.
It doesn't matter. I'll
Okay,
just tell
we'll
it.
just have to-
I'll just say we had breakfast with Seth that day.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And Tony.
Yeah. Okay. I did forget about that.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't know why it's a secret.
No,
but
That's right. Well, so I think I mean, I don't know. We'll be covering Sebastian again at some point, but I don't know if we'll do it tomorrow or not. Probably not.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I am going to try to do the trivia. It will be probably, let's see, I've got to be somewhere. So it'll probably be 11 or 12, 1 o'clock, something like that.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, we appreciate everybody being here. We'll come back with this case, go into more of those interviews. I think it's all very interesting. Don't know how this is all going to play out, but I'm glad we've got. This is going
to be one to follow, guys. I'm telling you, this is going to be wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And every time one of these people speaks, it's another disaster and craziness. Yeah. And I want to understand what happened. How did this get to this point? What role did Kimmy and Rich have in this? Why did they go along with it? If they did. And Hobo Mom here says, Voices of Truth are asking anyone who goes to Culver's and gets a malt and flyers, get a pic and email it to them. Right. Yes. I forgot about that. They want to do kind of like a slideshow to kind of, and the reason we do promote and do things like that is so that it helps with awareness, because
you'd be surprised.
There are a lot of, I'm going to mention what's been going on with our tour. So, the way we said our careers, we're in tourism, and one of the tours that we do is a true crime walking tour in Nashville, and we started that last year. And so I meet a lot of true crime fans, like people that are,
And you need to say, usually for the first year when you're working at a tour, you do it all yourself.
Right. Because I need to get the kinks worked out before we hire tour guys to do it. And so I'm doing all the tours right now. And but I'm meeting all these people that are very interested in certain kind of cases, or they have their favorite podcast, but they're hardcore, usually true crime fans. Fascinating people, many of them tied to true crime stories themselves in different ways. I could almost do a whole podcast just about the stories I've collected from people.
Oh, you've talked to some really interesting people.
I mean, really, really wild stuff. But anyway, so these are people that are very plugged in on the true crime kind of thing. I ultimately, end up talking about Sebastian Rogers at some point during the tour, just asking, people want to know, how did you get into doing what you're doing? Because we mentioned the podcast and everything. And as well, the first case we really got into was Sebastian Rogers. Are you familiar with the Sebastian Rogers disappearance? And they're not. People aren't. Unless they're from Tennessee. The only people that know the Sebastian Rogers case that I have met in the true crime community are people that are from Middle Tennessee, pretty much.
And you've had people who like us from YouTube go on the tour.
We've had a couple of people that have taken the tour and know us from YouTube and that kind of thing.
You're just
but for the most part,
worked out. So
but for the most part, it's people that don't know the podcast or any of that. It's just people that are interested in true crime. And so that's sad and interesting. I would have thought before doing the tour that a lot of people would know about Sebastian and a lot know about Riley Strain. I'd say about a quarter or to a third of the true crime community that comes on that tour, they know Riley Strain before I tell the story, or at least kind of remember him. They know some of it, but he's not the national story that I thought it was. I thought, I thought it was one of those stories that pretty much, if you said the name, most people in true crime would know, but they don't. And there's hundreds of people that I've met that are, that are your crime junkies, Dateline, true crime novels, documentary kind of consumer, and they don't know about Sebastian. There's work to do, is what I'm.
Well, there is work to do, but he has been. I mean, you think about the America's Most Wanted, the missing program that they started.
Nancy Grace.
He's been on
several times.
But he was like one of the highlighted cases on that. That was their first episode, and he was the first one. And then you've had, true crime TV. I mean, there's been lots and lots of nationwide media attention to the case, but yet people still don't seem to know who. It's just hard. It's hard to stay in people's heads.
I know it's still not at that level of it just hasn't past that threshold. It's just not in that Karen Reed, Gabby Petito, in those big stories.
Yeah, like
everybody knows.
Lacey Peterson, things like that.
Yeah, it's below that. It's just not as well known as I thought it was.
Even if you think about, and my mind's going blank, the young girl that went missing the same day as Sebastian.
Oh, Stephen Stearns. What's her name? Maddie Soto.
Maddie Soto.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it feels like that was a bigger story, but it's not even to the level of a Lacey Peterson and that's a big story too.
Yeah.
Lacey Peterson was huge. The Natalie Holloway, it was a huge one.
Or the Watts case.
Or the little girl, Madeleine McCain.
Yeah.
I mean, all of those, I can just name them off. They were huge, but
that's true, Liberty. And that's part of it is most people who watch YouTube don't watch true crime. And that's true.
It's not the same audience.
It's not the same audience. Most of those people are podcaster. They like the podcasts.
Right. It is.
They like the slow deep dives.
Right. It is a little bit of a different audience, but that's why sometimes we feel like when we do Sebastian Rogers stuff here, we're kind of not reaching a lot of new people. Just for the awareness,
we're not.
Spreading awareness.
Yeah, we're not. But
but
he does talk about him on every tour. So you are spreading awareness.
In that way, I have introduced Sebastian to a lot of people.
You've introduced Sebastian to a lot of people, and you should be proud of that.
Well, yeah. So that is true because people often ask, "No, I don't know anything about the case. Tell me about it." Because there's always like this time in between stops,
Yeah.
But I mean, that's great though. At least you're getting his name out there to people that maybe even aren't from the area, to spread it in other places.
Okay. Couple things too. GTO guy says when they come out, they are going to get an RV, or once they get an RV, they're going to come make a road trip to Tennessee.
Oh,
so he and Shauna.
A lot of great camping here.
And we would, message me because I know lots of
campgrounds. Wendy said the tour was the best part of our Nashville trip.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Aww.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Wendy.
Is Wendy the one you were telling me about?
I think so. I don't want to
Don't want to out her.
I don't want to out her if I could. How do I do that?
Don't.
I don't want to
Just
out her.
don't.
So, well, I'm glad you had a
Wow.
great time. I'm glad you had a great time on the tour. It's been fun meeting people too, and she had a great story to share. I'll just leave it at that.
Ooh, a GTO guy also says our neighbor across the street was on a boat that dredged up Lacey Peterson's body. Ooh. Oh my. And then Deanna says she's
What
going to
was
be
that?
here.
About Lacey Peterson, you said?
Oh, GTO
His
guy.
neighbor.
His neighbor. Our
Uh-huh.
neighbor across the street. Here. Our neighbor across the our neighbor. Oh gosh. I'm going to get mad. Somebody else do it. I'm not doing it.
I wasn't doing it.
Our neighbor across the street from us was on the boat that dredged up Lacey Peterson's body.
Oh, wow.
Wow. We'll have to talk about that too.
Oh.
And then Deanna says she's going to be here with BHB in February. Well, we'll get to see Deanna. That's awesome.
Oh, great.
We actually were talking to Real Me Too about that the other day. Or yesterday, actually. So we may have some fun things for you guys to do while you're here. All right. Well, let's see.
Yes, Michelle. I watched all the Lacey Peterson stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's wrap it up, y'all.
Well, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you hanging with us. We'll be back on this case at some point in the future. And you guys have been a great. We always appreciate the feedback and all the brainstorming we kind of get from the crew here. And anyway, we appreciate you all very much. Thank you for all the gifted memberships. You guys were amazing with that tonight. Yeah, it was really great.
I'll put out the trivia stuff in the morning because I'm sleeping.
So, if you're a new member, we do trivia for members only. So all of those people that are new and got a membership, we'll be doing that in the next day or so. So you'll get some information about that. Make sure you turn on your notifications so that you'll get the notifications when we do our trivia.
And I've been saying this for a year, but we really are getting back to it. So, thank you guys tonight so much. We appreciate you. Thank you to our wonderful moderators who stuck around this whole time too.
I know.
We love you guys very much and we appreciate you so much. Thank you to our members and our subscribers. If you haven't already hit that like, please do so. And if you are watching this on the replay, if you wouldn't mind to hit the hype, it really does help. You know, we have had to take so much time off. The algorithm is not our friend right now. So if you would like to get this, our shows shared out to people, please, subscribe. What else? Share and hype. This is a new thing. They should have made it another S or something.
Yeah, the hype. Gotta add the hype.
I'm not.
Our goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could help us out with that, it would be awesome.
That's tough, but maybe.
Well, but we have good intentions. We want to start doing fundraisers, and you cannot do fundraisers for charities until you hit 10,000 subscribers. So that's what we're trying to do really hard. But at any rate, I know that you guys could have been anywhere tonight, and you're here with us, and we appreciate that so much. Yeah. And thank you for your prayers so much, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all so much. And have a wonderful night. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine a light for you. We're holding on to hope for you. We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine on